Greetings and happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. We got the Phillies taking on the Mets tonight, starting off a 4-game series. The first 2 games are going to be at Citi Field, and it starts tonight. And then, of course, the second game will be tomorrow afternoon at 1:10 p.m. And then they ride on I-95 and come on over to CBP for the next 2 games on Wednesday and Thursday night. So it should be an interesting subway, I guess you call it a subway series between these 2 teams. But yes, Cristopher Sanchez will be on the mound tonight for the Phillies. He has a 2-3 record, has a 3.22 ERA, 34 strikeouts, which over the last couple weeks he's been able to rack up a lot of those, but also has a 1.46 whip as well. So he's 27 years old, and he's looking to have another really good performance. He was able to bounce back the last time he pitched. That was against the Toronto Blue Jays. He went 7 innings. He allowed 1 earned run, also had 5 strikeouts, just 2 walks allowed. And it was a much better performance than the last time that he pitched, where he went 5 innings against the LA Angels and was also allowed 4 earned runs on 7 hits, and just did not have his best stuff. But other than that, he's been really solid for the Phillies, and as a number 4 starter, he's been everything and more that you could really ask for. Phillies taking on the Mets, as we just mentioned. The Mets are currently 8 games behind the Phillies. Phillies are 28-13 coming into today, and the Mets are 19-20. So they have a hill to climb. They are actually currently tied with the Washington Nationals in 3rd for the NL East. And on the mound for them, they got Sean Manaea. So the left-handed pitcher will be pitching for them. He's 32 years old, has a 2-1 record, a 3.31 earned run average, and does have 31 strikeouts recorded. Only had 1 strikeout in his last game. That was really the biggest thing to note about him. He did allow 6 hits against the St. Louis Cardinals and did also surrender 3 earned runs, but was able to get the win. But yeah, it wasn't the best starting by him. By any means, the last time that he did pitch, was not able to record a lot of strikeouts. He did get a lot of ground ball outs and some flyouts as well, but wasn't just able to dominate through that strike zone. So he got the job done, just wasn't the best stuff that he's that he has had. So all right. So but yes, that's pretty much what's going on right now. Phillies taking on the Mets. And this is going to be another series where the Phillies are looking to try to get another series win. They're coming off of a loss yesterday. They ended up losing in extra innings, and that was really frustrating. Zach Wheeler did pitch for the Phillies, and it wasn't really he didn't really do bad. He didn't do terrible either, but the Phillies definitely left some meat on the bones yesterday for sure. And they want to try to capitalize on that and get the W tonight. That's really the big thing about that. The Mets are actually 10-12 at home, but they are coming off of a win against the Atlanta Braves. So Phillies need to try to just get on top first and do a good job at attacking on the pitching side of things, but also just be patient at the plate as well. All right, let's get into the starting lineups. So for your Philadelphia Phillies, as it is 7:06 p.m. Eastern Time at Citi Field, let's get into the starting lineups. So Whit Merrifield will be leading off for the Phillies. Then it'll be Alec Bohm batting second. Bryce Harper hitting third. Castellanos is batting in the DH spot today, so he is currently fourth. Different lineup, of course, for the Phillies. Stott is batting fifth, playing over at second base. Edmundo Sosa's at shortstop. He's hitting sixth. Brandon Marsh out in right field batting seventh. Yohan Rojas in center batting eighth. And Garrett Stubs is the catcher, and he's batting ninth. So Merrifield is out in left field. Bohm's at third. Harper's at first. Castellanos is DHing. Stott is batting, playing over at second. And then the shortstop will be Edmundo Sosa. He's batting sixth. Seventh will be Brandon Marsh out in right field. Rojas hitting eighth out in center. And Stubs is batting ninth, and he is catching today. So just a couple more things to note about Sean Manaea. I wanted to also mention that in regards to the different types of pitches that he has a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, a sweeper, a cutter, and a slider. He throws the sinker at about 33.8% of the time in regards to this season. And the changeup, the four-seamer, and the sweeper have been utilized each at about 16%, if not a little bit higher. The changeup really has been a pitch that he has really been very well known for. The off-speed pitches that he has, the changeup provides a lot of dip, and he uses it against a lot of lefties. So be on the lookout for that today, especially when they're facing guys like Bryson Stott and Brandon Marsh in the lineup. He's definitely going to be utilizing that changeup and also the sweeper in there as well. The cutter, he uses it about 13.5% of the time. The hitters are actually batting .231 against his cutter, and they're batting .186 against his sinker. The changeup, though, has been a little bit up this year, but that's when he's been throwing it to a lot of the righties. And he's been leaving those pitches out over the middle of the plate. But overall, he can dominate you in the strike zone, and the Phillies have to do a good job at just taking that into accountability. You have a good feeling about today. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well. And I want to make sure that I say hi to each and every one of you. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in on here. It really means a lot. I hope you had a very good Mother's Day yesterday. I know that we took the day off. Definitely needed to spend time with the family and hit that reset button. So that was really important for me. Now we're back into it. All right. And we'll try to get through this one, hopefully with a win. That's really what it is. Hopefully they get a win tonight. Let's look at some of the scores. So the Detroit Tigers have a 3-0 lead against the Miami Marlins, who are currently in last place. And, of course, the Marlins did beat the Phillies in yesterday afternoon's outing. They won 3-0. Or, sorry, they're down 3-0 today. Oh, my gosh. And then Toronto and Baltimore, they're currently scoreless in the bottom of the third. 60 degrees out in New York. Winds are blowing south at 12 miles per hour. And again, for the Phillies, it's Merrifield, Bohm, Harper, Castellanos, Stott, Sosa, Marsh, Rojas, and Stubs. And that is the lineup for tonight's game between the Phillies and the Mets. Let's talk a little bit more about the Mets. The Mets are actually coming off of a win yesterday. They won 4-3, and Brandon Nimmo was injured, but he came in off the bench to pinch hit and ended up giving them a 4-3 victory as they were down 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth. And he was able to hit a big-time shot, and it made it 4-3. And that's how they were able to win against them. That was really an important win for them. They got their 19th win of the season. A.J. Minter was charged with the loss. Edwin Diaz got the win. Mets were down 3-2 and were able to get that big comeback win. Alonso had a big RBI double, also had an RBI single as well. He's been starting to hit the ball really well for them. DJ Stewart, I know he's not in the lineup tonight, but he's somebody else that did pretty good yesterday, and so did Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor went 2 for 4 with a run scored and was really solid. All right, so we're about ready to get started. It's Phillies and Mets, and all of a sudden we have a pitch comm issue as Manea is going to go out there and walk back towards the Mets dugout and try to meet John Gibbons halfway there to get a new piece of equipment. So his cap is off, gathers himself, and he puts the baseball cap on. Mets are in their black and blue uniforms, the blue letters with the orange stitching on the outside. First pitch to Merrifield, and it's taken up high for ball one. Phillies are in their gray and red uniforms, have the red letters on both the front and the back. Mets have the black tops and the gray bottoms. The 1-0 pitch popped up, hit out to center field, and going over towards his right to make the catch out in center is Harrison Bader. And there's one away. All right, final score predictions. Make sure you guys comment those down below, baby, and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. Would really appreciate that. Alabama's on a 4-game hitting streak, and he's due up to bat hitting .338 with 32 runs batted in. The leg kick in the pitch from Manea, and there's a fly ball hit out to right field. Not that deep, though. Marte says he has it and comes jogging in towards the plate, and he'll make the catch, and there's 2 outs in the first. Defensively for the Mets, you got Manea on the mound. His battery behind the plate is Tomas Nido. And then over at first, it's Pete Alonso. At second, it's Jeff McNeil. Third will be Brett Beatty. And over at shortstop, it's Francisco Lindor. Harper does call for time. Somebody that is a very good hitter against the Mets. In the outfield for the Mets, it's Nimmo out in left, Martes in right, and Bader's in center. Manea gets set and delivers and throws a sinker at the knees for strike one to Bryce Harper. And Harper takes a quick step out of the box. He took a step out of the box before the first pitch was even thrown. And this time he took a step out. And Tomas Nido says, "Are you okay?" Nido was throwing it, and it actually hit his helmet. Oh, my gosh. As he threw it, it hit off his helmet. So, it was like, "Are you good?" All right. No balls, one strike. Two quick outs for the Phillies in the top of the first. As Merrifield flied out to center, and Bohm flied out to right. Harper's up at the plate. The 0-1 from Manea. It's taken on the outside corner, but it's called a ball by Gabe Morales. Nose is itchy. 1-1 is the count. Manea gets set, kicks, delivers, and throws it wide for ball two. Decided to go with a sweeper at 80 miles per hour. Interesting that he decided to go with that pitch there. I was thinking maybe he was going to go with a changeup. Nido delivers the signs and the 2-1 pitch. Fly ball. It's drifting out over towards the left field mark, but it's hooking foul and goes out of play. To make the count now 2-2. Two balls and two strikes. And the next pitch is outside for ball three. Does hit in the helmet not count as a hit by pitch? Not if it's by the catcher. Tomas Nido is catching behind the plate, and he threw it and it ricocheted off of Harper's helmet. 3-2 pitch. Popped up, hit out the shallow left field, and it's going to bloop in there for a base hit. The throw is made from the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo, and it gets cut off by Lindor. So there's a bloop 2-out single by Bryce Harper. And Nick Castellanos is coming up to bat. Had a big 3-run home run in yesterday's game. At the time, it gave the Phillies a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. And Casty is up to bat, wearing his bright red and yellow batting gloves. The pitch, fastball that's fouled away towards the right field side. What's up, Cam? How you doing, man? He says, "Hey, JJ, let's go my Mets." Casty's on an 8-game hitting streak and is hitting .209 on the season. The pitch, up high. It's a beautiful day out in New York. Definitely have some Phillies fans in attendance for sure. Some of them are behind home plate. The 1-1. That's wide again for ball two. To make the count now 2-1. Casty has 4 homers this season and 16 RBI. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That sinker was right at the knees, and Castellanos was late. Casty over his last 7 days is 8 for 23. Two balls and two strikes to Nick Castellanos. Manea gets set, kicks, fires the pitch, and it's chopped foul over towards the third base side. Lifetime against Manea, Casty has been pretty successful. Has 5 hits and 8 at-bats. And 3 of those hits are extra base hits. 1 double, 2 homers, and 3 RBI. The 2-2 delivery, the Casty is inside for ball 3. And the count is now full. Ended up getting 3 hits in the last series. Ended up going 3 for 13 with 4 runs scored, 2 homers, and 4 RBI. The 3-2 on the way to Castellanos, swinging a grounder. Hit over to shortstop, gobbled up by Lindor, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. Casty was hustling, but wasn't able to beat out the throw, and the inning comes to an end. No runs, one hit, one man left, and we go to the bottom of the first at Citi Field. All right. How about the pitch clock violation on Pache yesterday? Yeah. Yep. That's, look, we knew that was going to be a problem. We knew that that was going to be a thing, and it came to fruition yesterday. There's a lot of games in a baseball season, and it happened, and, you know, you take... the way that I look at it is you take the new rule changes as they come. You know, you got to know the rules. And that was all in Pache, man. So, that's how I feel. All right. What's up, David? How you doing, man? If you are just coming in, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. My name, of course, is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I appreciate you all so much for being here. And now it's time to get into the Mets lineup. So it's Brandon Nimmo batting in the leadoff spot first. And then hitting second, it's Starling Marte, who's out in right field. Hitting second, batting third, it's Francisco Lindor over at shortstop. Pete Alonso, the first baseman, is batting fourth. And then it's J.D. Martinez batting fifth. He's the designated hitter. Brett Beatty, sixth over at third base. The center fielder will be Harrison Bader. He's hitting seventh. And eighth will be Jeff McNeil, who's over at second base. And then the caboose will be Tomas Nido. And he is catching behind the plate, batting ninth. So just to repeat again, it's Nimmo, Marte, Lindor, Alonso, Martinez, Beatty, Bader, McNeil, and Nido. So Nimmo, of course, had the walk-off home run in last night's game against the Braves. And he said, quote, "I couldn't imagine today would work out this way. I was begging for it not to be caught." End quote, as it went over the fence. Here's Cristopher Sanchez as he throws the first pitch at the knees for strike one. The ball is in one strike to Brandon Nimmo, the left fielder for New York. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Decided to go with a slider that was down low. And the count is 0-2. Nimmo hitting .234 with a .379 on-base percentage, 6 homers, and 27 RBI. The 0-2 delivery by Sanchez. It's blooped out to left field, but backing up is Whit Merrifield, and he'll make the catch. That ball actually carried a longer ways than I thought it was going to go. But he'll make the catch, and there's the first out recorded. Cristopher Sanchez on the bump for the Fightins. We mentioned before that he pitched really well in his last outing. He is 2-3 with a 3.22 earned run average and 34 strikeouts, along with a 1.46 whip. Starling Marte is coming in to bat for the Mets, and he takes the first pitch wide for a ball. In his 36 innings pitched, Sanchez, that is, he has struck out 34 batters and has only surrendered 15 walks. The 1-0 delivery grounder hit over to shortstop as Sosa goes over towards his left, charges over to first, and there's the second out of the inning. 5 pitches and 2 outs recorded by the Phillies. And up to bat is Francisco Lindor. Defensively for the Fightins, behind the plate it's Garrett Stubs. JT is missing his second game in a row. Then over at first base, of course on the mound, it's Cristopher Sanchez. At first it's Harper. Second it's Stott. Sosa's at short and Bohm's at third. And the pitch by Sanchez is in there at the knees for strike one. From left to right, Phillies got Merrifield, Rojas, and Marsh. Castellanos is the DH today. The 0-1 delivery, and that's wide for ball one. Francisco Lindor, the switch-hitting shortstop, hitting on the right side for the Mets. The pitch, and the changeup just misses low. No score in the bottom of the first. Mets have 2 outs, nobody on. Lindor's at the plate in the on-deck circle. It's Pete Alonso. The 2-1 pitch fouled away on a sinker at 95 miles per hour. Phillies, as we mentioned before, are 28-13. They are, of course, first in the NL East, and the Mets are tied with the Nationals. They're 19-20 and are 8 games behind the Phillies. Sanchez gets the signs, kicks, deals the pitch, swinging a grounder, hit over to third base. Bohm comes charging in the home plate, throws over to first, and it's in time for a 1-2-3 inning. And the Phillies are coming back up to bat as we head to the top of the second, no score at Citi Field. All right. Hopefully you're all doing well, man. James is here. What's up? What's going on, guys? What is up, everybody? Yeah, I think he thought he had time because of fouling it off of his foot. Yeah, I get that, but you got to know the rules. Like that's just how it goes. Like that's the best way I can relate that, as weird as it sounds, is the Super Bowl, okay? 49ers, right? Kyle Shanahan doesn't understand the new overtime rules. Didn't even know that there were even new overtime rules just specifically for the playoffs. And because he didn't know that, he put his team in the position to fail. It's the same thing with Christian Pache. He has to know the rules. So, that's how I look. Talon, what's going on? Happy birthday! D, what's going on? How are you doing? Yeah, how do you say it? Talon? Is that how you say it? Give me the phonetic spelling about that. Happy birthday. What did you do anything special today? No idea where that is. Only been okay, we're talking about something else in the conversation. Cool. Please hit the like button for JJ for sure. Nick, what's up, Nick? Guys, make sure you look on this parlay for the Phillies game, please. Or for this game, please. Go Phils. Let's go, man. Let's go. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. We have a Mets fan that's sleeping. She's a little bit tired. Aw. She's cute, though. I don't know how old she is, but she's pretty young. She's like, I had a long day today. First pitch to Bryson Stott, and it's down low for ball 1. So Stott, Sosa, and Marsh are due up in the order for the Phils. Stott batting .270, has 3 homers and 23 RBI. The 1-0 pitch, and that's on the inside corner, was a sweeper at 76 miles per hour, taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryson Stott, and the next pitch is up high for ball 2. Merrifield flied out to center. Bohm flied out to right. Harper singled to left. And Castellanos grounded out to short in the first inning for the Phils. The 2-1 to Stott. And that's on the outside corner on the upper third of the zone for strike 2. As he leads off the top of the second. Manea kicks, fires, and the 2-2 is sliced foul. Crew chief for tonight, you got Gabe Morales calling the balls and the strikes. Over at first, it's Ryan Addington. Chris Guccione's over at second, and Brian Knight is the third base umpire. 2-2 pitch, high bouncer, hit over to first base. Alonso has to throw it over to Manea, who covers the bag and just beats Bryson Stott by half a step in the eyes of Ryan Addington. I think Stott thought that maybe have beaten that one out. I'm sure that LINKTREE's over at the phone right now to see if they should review this. I don't know, but Alonso had to go make the play well far away from the bag, and Stott beat it. It looked like he beat it out, clearly. Yeah, there's right foot in there. Manea was a little bit late, and I don't know why he slowed up a little bit. I think that maybe he thought he was going to collide, but clearly he's safe. And the Phillies are going to challenge this, so this should just be an infield single. Alonso, again, played it on a bouncer. He was not even close to the bag, so Manea had to go cover for him, and Alonso's throw was just a little toss. And Stott was able to beat it out easily. So the Phillies do decide to challenge, and Gabe Morales says that the call is overturned, and Stat gets on with an infield single. It looked safe to me, too. Hopefully that was descriptive to you guys that are just listening. Edmundo Sosa is up to bat. He's the shortstop for tonight's game. And the pitch by Manea is in there for strike one. A 286 hitter, 1 bomb, and 7 RBI. The ball is 1 strike. Manea kick steals the pitch. Line drive into right field, and backing up is Marte, and he can't make the catch. It hits the warning track, goes all the way towards the wall. Sosa trying to dive into second. The throw cut off. The throw made the second base, not in time. And going over to third is Bryson Stott. So Edmundo Sosa is safe at second. Marte did not get a good read on that fly ball hit out to right field. And he came in, and he didn't get back in time to just get over to the ball. And it just went over his head, hit the warning track, bounced off the track, hit off the top of the wall. He threw it over to second. It was cut off by Jeff McNeil, and the throw made over to Lindor was not in time. So they'll rule it as a base hit for now, but that's just a mental error on Starling Marte. The pitch to Marsh, grounder, hit back over towards the mound, and everybody stays at their spots. The throw over to first is in time, though, by Manea. And the first out is finally recorded. Phillies definitely have to take advantage of 2 runners being in scoring position right now. Yohan Rojas coming up for the Fightins. The middle infielders are playing back, but the corner infielders are playing in towards the infield grass. First pitch to Rojas is taken up high for a ball. Sean has 26 pitches. Rojas is batting 8th in the lineup today. Stubs waits in the on-deck circle, and the 1-0 is wide for ball 2. And up high as well. Zach Eflin is on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays today, former Philadelphia Philly. Rays are up 3-0 in the bottom of the first in Boston at Fenway Park. The 2-0, that's fouled away. The pitch was high, and Rojas decided to go after it anyways. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stott got on with an infield single. Sosa then doubled out to right, and Marsh grounded out to Manea. So 2 runners in scoring position, and the 2-1 delivery in there for strike 2 at 94 miles per hour on the gun. Even count at 2 apiece. 18 strikes thrown by Manea, and 29 total pitches. 2-2. Manea looks back at second. Now back to the plate. And the pitch fouled away. And we'll do it again. So Sean is now 32 years old. He's from Indiana. He's been around for a little bit of time. Was with the Oakland A's from 2016 to 2021. The 2-2 on the way. And that's downstairs in the dirt for ball 3. Naito did get up into a standing position to keep the runners in check. Then he played for the Padres in 2022 and the Mets in 2024, but in between that, he was with the Giants. The 3-2 on the way. On the inside corner, strike 3 called by Gabe Morales. That was a great pitch thrown by Manea, and Rojas goes down looking on strikes. Tried to flinch out of the way, too, but it was in there for a strike, and that was a perfectly executed pitch. 2 outs now, and Garrett Stubs coming up to bat on the left side of the plate. And the pitch, Stubs decides to show bunt, and it's hit over towards the first base side. The glove flip over to first, not in time! An RBI infield single by Garrett Stubs. He surprised everybody. He knocked down the bunt. Alonso had to get over to it and try to glove it back to Manea, and it was not in time. And the Phillies are on the board, 1-0. So moving over from second to third is Sosa. Stock did score. I'm surprised that even over at first, Alonso wasn't even playing in. McNeil actually was the one that tried to come over for it, and he had to glove it back to Alonso. But regardless, Phillies play some small ball, and that's how it works. And now Merrifield is due up to bat. That was just beautiful. That is small ball at its best. First pitch to Witt is inside for a ball, and Stubs swipes second without a throw. More small ball continuing for the Fightins. Dusty Wathan, the third base coach, definitely happy with the base running, and the 1-0 pitch is at the knees actually for strike one. Stubs is having an inning, yes, for sure. That's how you set the tone. There were two runners in scoring position with nobody out, and Stubs made him pay. The 1-1 to Merrifield. Fly ball hit out to center field, not that deep, though, sliding over to his left and making the catch over towards the alleyway is Harrison Bader, and the inning comes to an end. But Garrett Stubs comes through. He had runners over at second and third and was able to bunt home a run. It was an RBI single by him and was also able to swipe second base as well, and the Phillies lead it 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second at Citi Field. All right. I should have said it was a squeeze bunt, but yeah. A squeeze bunt, yeah. Does not run towards home plate. It was not a safety squeeze, but yeah. All right, if you guys are new, make sure you guys hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the thumbs up button. And that way you'll know when I go live. All right, more final score predictions, man. More final score predictions. Comment down below. DFJ is here. What's up, my guy? What is up, Tristan? What is going on, Richard? How you doing? How are y'all? Thanks so much for tuning in. All right. How was everybody's Mother's Day yesterday? Comment down below. I'd like to hear what you guys did for Mother's Day. I really would. Stubbsy the bunt god. Yes, sir. Love that. Money line for the Phillies today was at -154, or is at -154, and for the Mets it's at +124. Anybody do anything special for Mother's Day? Anybody? Cristopher Sanchez will head back out on the hill for the Fightins as we head to the bottom of the second. First pitch to Pete Alonso is fouled away. As I mentioned before, Mets are in their black and blue uniforms with the orange letterings on the outside of the letters. Alonso just hitting .223 this year. And the 0-1 swing and a miss. That changeup was not even close to the strike zone. It was way off. 0-2 is the count. They call him the Polar Bear. That's his nickname. The ball's 2 strikes. Sanchez kicks and fires the next pitch. A changeup, and that's taken for a ball. Alonso wearing his bright orange Mets batting gloves as the orange and yellow elbow guard. And the 1-2 pitch, and that just misses down low. Good try by Stubs to try to frame it perfectly. Tried to get it right at the knees. And it was a good pitch by Sanchez, too. But Alonso laid it off. The 2-2 pitch Fly ball hit out to center field. Backing up is Rojas, and he won't be there to make the catch as it bounces all the way towards the wall. And Rojas will cut it off to Edmundo Sosa, and there's a standing double by Pete Alonso. Hit it out to center field. Rojas was not deep enough, and it just hit the edge of the warning track, the front part of the warning track, and ricocheted off the wall. That's the first hit on the day for the Mets. And, of course, the first extra base hit, too. Alonso in scoring position, and it's J.D. Martinez's turn to come on up. He's batting in the 5 spot in 265, and pitch number 1 is swung on and missed. Changeup that sailed low. He has a .921 career OPS against the Phillies. Gets on base quite a lot and is another Phillies killer. Great ball player, though. The 0-1, and that misses badly in the dirt. Good job by Stubs to just get into a standing position and play it on a bounce and turn his glove upside down to make the catch. Watched old Godzilla movies with my dog. Nice. Very nice. My Nana's 95 years young. That's awesome. Wow. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch, swing and a miss. I think that's the first time today that Sanchez decided to go with a cutter. Ended up being at 86 miles per hour and landed at the knees. Sun's still shining at Citi Field. Very bright outside. The 1-2 delivery. Changeup that is low. 4-1, your final score prediction. Like that. Had Subway and played Rummy Cub with Mom and Nana. Nice. That's very, very nice, man. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sanchez glances back at second and now back to the plate. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Alonso's easily going to come in to score. Merrifield gets over to it. Jogging into second is J.D. Martinez, and it's an RBI double by J.D. Martinez, and we're even at 1 apiece. Back-to-back doubles allowed by Cristopher Sanchez after pitching a very good 1-2-3 first inning. Left a hanging changeup out over towards the middle of the plate, and it didn't get enough oomph to it. And Brett Beatty is coming up to bat with Martinez in scoring position. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Brett Beatty comes up to bat, hitting .240, has 13 runs batted in, and 3 homers. Sanchez kicks, delivers. Beatty decides to show bunt. It's hit down over towards the first base side. Sanchez gloves it, throws over to first in time with the glove. Bang, bang, play. Brett Beatty trying to pull out a Garrett Stubs type of a play. The job is done. Martinez maneuvers over to third base. There is 1 out. But Beatty almost beat it out, and Sanchez did a good job at just getting off the mound as it was bunted over towards the first base side. Then he gloved it and just tossed it in his glove over to first to Harper. And Harper was able to make the catch. So the sacrifice is successful, and Harrison Bader comes up, and he takes the first pitch down low for a ball. McNeil waits in the on-deck circle. Bader playing out in center field tonight as the infield plays in for the Phils. The 1-0 on the way. Bouncer, that's chopped foul. It was a good slider thrown by Sanchez. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curious to see what the turnout is for tonight's game at Citi Field. The 1-1. And that painted the outside corner, but Morales didn't give Sanchez the call there. So it's 2-1. It was a nice pitch. Really was. Sanchez in his bright red Phillies socks with the bell on the backside of the left sock. The 2-1 pitch. Low again for ball 3. Sanchez, of course, from the Dominican Republic. Went 7 innings his last time out and only allowed 1 earned run against the Blue Jays. 3-1 pitch. That just misses low for ball 4, and that's going to put runners at the corners. The first walk allowed today in the game by either pitcher. Hopefully you're all doing well, man. We have a timeout called on the mound here. Sanchez says something's not right, and Stubs and the infielders are going to go in to join the conversation. Surprised that nobody else is out there, not even the pitching coach, Caleb Cotham. But something seemed to bother Sanchez, and I can't tell what it was. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well, man. Hit the subscribe button, too. Cover the Phillies. We cover the Sixers and the Eagles on here. Jeff McNeil is coming up to bat, the second baseman for New York. And it's a lefty on lefty here, the pitch. It's down low and taken in the dirt. The slider today for Sanchez has really seemed to just be too low where it just hits the dirt. One of the pitches that he did throw, one of the sliders he did throw was a little bit out, though, over the middle of the plate. And that was the one that he gave up to J.D. Martinez, the pitch. And that's taken way down low again for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. It's 1-1. We're in the bottom of the second, in case you are just tuning in, with runners at first and third for the Mets. 2-0 pitch, and that's fouled away. The runner did decide to go. Bader tried to swipe second, but because it was foul, he has to jog back over to first. 29 total pitches for Sanchez, 16 strikes, and 13 balls. Mets are in their black tops and white bottoms. Orange letters on both the front and the back with the blue stitching. The 2-1 by Sanchez. At the knees for a called strike, and McNeil decided to take it all the way. And the count is tied up. Big pitch coming up here by Sanchez. And the throw back over to first is not in time. I think he was just doing that just to try to get on the same page with Garrett Stubs and sort of use that as a little distraction to hit the reset button. All right, 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Runners at the corners. 1 out in the bottom of the second. We're tied up at 1-1. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So McNeil strikes out. And that's the first strikeout recorded by Cristopher Sanchez. Stubs did get up into a standing position. I don't think that the runner ended up going to second base, but McNeil does strike out. McNeil thought that maybe he fouled it for a quick second, but he didn't make any sort of contact. And Tomas Nido is due up with 2 outs now. Phillies had a 1-0 lead, and then Alonso doubled. Martinez had an RBI double. Beatty had a sacrifice bunt, and Bader got on with a walk. McNeil just struck out, and the throw back to first is not in time. Tomas Nido, the backup to the backup catcher. Francisco Alvarez, of course, on the injury list. And Omar Narvaez, who's been the backup, has the day off. The first pitch, swinging a ground ball, hit back up the middle for a base hit. 1 run comes in to score. It's Martinez heading over to third base is Bader. And it's a 2-1 lead for the Mets on the RBI single by Tomas Nido. And we go back to the top of the order. So the Phillies had a 1-0 lead coming into this half of the second inning, and that just got erased. Rojas actually played it on the ground, and as soon as he tried to scoop it up, he bobbled it, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Runners at the corners again. And Brandon Nimmo comes up to bat. And the pitch, it's popped up, hit out towards shallow left field. Sosa on the run, and he makes the catch right over by the tarp and takes a seat on the tarp as well while he's at it. So he makes a nice catch to end the inning, and it comes to an end. However, the Mets do create some damage as J.D. Martinez tied the game up on an RBI double, and Tomas Nido gave them a 2-1 lead as we head to the top of the third. Okay. Pop out over to short. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, man. How many people do we have on here? How many people do we have tuning in right now? What's up, Larry? How you doing, man? Love how we have a very chatty chat today. It's beautiful. 2-1 New York. We go to the top of the third. If you are just tuning in for the first time, let us know down below. Welcome on in to Play-by-Play with JJ, by the way. We have a really, really cool community on here. If you love the Phillies, if you love baseball, this is a really good community for you. We not just only cover baseball, though. We also do the Sixers, and we do the Eagles as well. So, your calls have been on point, JJ. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, the one thing I'm trying to do today is I've noticed that when I look at the chat, and this is like nothing bad, but I have to get used to sometimes just like letting the chat breathe a little bit, you know, and not commenting on everything. And if I miss something, I miss something. At the end of the day, you know, this is background noise. And yeah, like I'll engage, of course, with you guys, but I have to kind of use that more as background noise because it's at the point now like we're getting an audience and it's cool, you know. It's like when you're sitting down and you're watching a sport with a family, you know, you're not quiet like for the whole game or whatever, or the play-by-play announcer's not talking to you on the TV, and now it doesn't take away from the action. The pitch, and that's in there for a strike to Alec Bohm. I hope that makes sense. Maybe that didn't, but whatever. The ball is one strike to Bohm, who's 0 for 1 today. Manea back out there for his third inning of work, and the 0-1 is fouled away. That's true. You're right. Absolutely. Manea coming into this inning at 36 pitches. Did throw a lot in the last inning because he ended up facing 6 batters. The windup and the pitch by Manea. And that's fouled off over towards the first base side and goes out of play. The ball is 2 strikes. Manea, of course, 1-1 against the Phillies in his career. The 0-2 upstairs. Does have a 4.82 against the Phillies lifetime against them. And 9 strikeouts, but that's just in 3 appearances. 1-2 pitch. On the inside corner for a called strike, 3 at the knees. And Manea gets his second backwards K on the day. He was able to strike out Rojas looking in the last inning. The count was full. This time on a 1-2 pitch. Was able to get Bohm looking at the third strike. Here's Bryce Harper, who had a bloop single with 2 outs in the first. He has raised his batting average to .267. The pitch, swing and a miss. Surprised that he swung at that sweeper that was just off the plate and outside. Last time Manea faced the Phillies, he was in a Giants uniform and just lasted 2 2/3 of an inning. The pitch, and that's away, a sweeper at 78. He'll have 3 earned runs. 2 of them were 2 home runs were allowed and just had 3 strikeouts. Next pitch is wide for ball 2. He's never went past the 5th inning against the Phillies. The last time he won against the Phillies was in 2017. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball hit out to center field, and backpedaling to make the catch out in center is Bader. And there's 2 outs. 6 minutes, he said. Now bring up Nick Castellanos. His average is up to 208. And when you say, JJ, it's up to 208, yes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Definitely did not have a good April. And May has definitely been different for Casty. 2 outs. We're in the top of the third. Base is empty. Phillies down 2-1. They're up to bat the 0-1 pitch, and that's fouled over towards the backstop. Count is now 0-2 to Nick. He's 32 years old. He's 6'4" and weighs 203 pounds. Next pitch is fouled off. Did you guys know that he's actually the same height as Brandon Marsh? Marsh is actually 6'4", but weighs 215. And Casty is 6'4", but weighs 203. The 0-2 pitch, and that's fouled off again. Count still remains at 0-2. In April, Casty just batted 183. It was 19 for 104. And the 0-2 is high and away for ball one. In 39 at-bats, he now has half of his hits that he had in the month of April. 10 hits coming into today. The 1-2 on the way, swing and a miss. And he strikes out, and Manea gets himself a 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the third. Mets lead at 2-1 at Citi Field. Starlin Marte is going to lead it off when we come back. Okay. Good stuff. So how is everybody doing? Let's see how many people we have tuning in tonight. How many people are tuning in? Did you guys hit that thumbs up button? Did you guys subscribe to the channel? Because if not, what are y'all waiting for, man? If you are tuning in on any other social media platform, I do want to say hi to you guys, and thank you all so much for being here. It does mean a lot. I'm not reading your chat if you're on Facebook, Twitch, or X. So if you guys want me to read your chats, come on over to YouTube, man. Come on over to YouTube. Just type in play-by-play with JJ. That's all you got to do. That's literally it. Whoa, I did not mean for that to happen. We got 92 people on here watching. Only 45 likes. Come on, man. Hit the thumbs up button. 46 now. And tell your friends about this channel, too, please. Like, if you have any other friends that don't have access to the game, that would just, you know, or maybe they do, and they want to be able to interact with people as the game is going on, this is the new wave, man. You know, we have people that watch the game with us, and we have people that, of course, can't watch the game, so that's why we treat it like it's a radio play-by-play call. Of course, if you guys did have TVs, I wouldn't be doing it like that. But, yeah, that'd be really awesome. What's up, Vicky? Vicky says, or did you mean to say babysitter? All right, we go to the bottom of the third. Marte is going to lead things off, and the first pitch thrown by Sanchez is grounded over to third, but it's a foul ball. Starling has a 253 average this season. Does have 4 homers and 15 runs batted in. The pitch, down low. Marte is now 35 years old. Hard to believe. 1-1 is the count. The kick and the delivery, and that's fouled away. Made his major league debut for the Pirates back in 2012 and spent 7 years with them. Actually, 8 seasons with them, I should say. The 1-2 delivery, and that's fouled off. Played in 47 games his first year. And, he still has been stealing a lot of bags. Stole 41 in his second year, but even last year he had 24 stolen bases and 315 at-bats, which is really good. He already has 7 on the season so far. 1-2 pitch, and that's down low and inside for ball 2. Has a total of 345 career stolen bases. He has more stolen bases than walks in his career. 2-2 pitch. Line drive it out over to left field. It's going back towards the track, towards the wall, and Merrifield can't get over to it as he plays it on a bounce. It's off the top of the wall, and Marte is the third Met to double today off of Cristopher Sanchez as he cruises in the second without a throw. His elbow guard came off as soon as he hit that thing. It was a rocket launched over the head of Merrifield. I think if Marsh was there, maybe he would have been able to make the catch. Merrifield looked like he was playing a little bit in too, though. Now it's Francisco Lindor comes up. 3 of the 4 hits by the Mets have been doubles. The first pitch in this at-bat is taken for ball 1. Lindor batting on the right side. Marte leads off over at second. Sanchez looks back at second to keep Marte in check, and Marte is shimmying over towards third and dancing off the bag, and the next pitch thrown is down low for ball 2. F1 just gave up 3 runs for the Tampa Bay Rays, and it's now 3-3. They had a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first against the Red Sox, and he went out there to pitch. Now that 3-run lead has been erased. The 2-0. Low again for ball 3. Sure you guys hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done so already. We appreciate you all so much for being here. The pitch. That's down low for ball 4. So 4 pitches and a walk drawn by Francisco Lindor. And Cristopher Sanchez has worked himself into another jam here. And now Pete Alonso comes up. Alonso did double off of Cristopher Sanchez his last time up. That was the first hit that he allowed. He had a 1-2-3 first inning. And then he just was able to help the Mets send 7 men up to the plate in the second. And so far, he hasn't even recorded an out here in the third. And that's why Caleb Cotham is going to go talk to them. Talk to Cristopher Sanchez and everybody else who gathers on the mound. All the infielders. Toronto is tied 1-1 against the Baltimore Orioles. It's in the top of the 6th. The Blue Jays are up to bat. They have runners over at first and second with 1 out. The Braves and the Cubs are currently scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd. Braves are at home. And then the Pirates lead it 2-0 in Milwaukee against the Brewers. That's still early on in the top of the 2nd inning. Here's Pete Alonso, who was able to score a run off the double that he had in the last inning. Sanchez back on the mound. Takes a quick breath, looks back at second, now glances at the plate, and the first pitch is low. 5 straight balls thrown in a row by Sanchez, and that slider missed badly. And Stubs wants to have a conversation, and the count is 1-0. He got up a little bit, then they panned away from him, and I thought maybe he was walking over to the mound, but just communicating the signs with all the infielders. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Sanchez, again, gets set, winds up, and delivers, and it's fouled off over towards the first base side. These Mets definitely do not go away against the Phillies. Every single year, the Mets and Phillies series, they get really wild. Marte dances off the bag. And the 1-1 delivery is off the plate again. Another changeup. I'd like to see Sanchez try to settle down a little bit and maybe try to, I don't want to say give him a fastball. Definitely don't want to give him a fastball that's right at the knees, but maybe try to go a little bit up high. Disengagement is going to be in play as Sanchez took a quick step off the mound just to glance over at second and reset. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Sanchez still keeping an eye on Marte at second, and the 2-1 delivery inside and low for ball 3. And this does not look good for Cristopher. JD Martinez does wait in the on-deck circle. Alonso will take a step out of the box and take a couple of practice swings as he calls for time. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. For runners over at first and second. Nobody out. 3 balls, 1 strike to Pete Alonso in the bottom of the third. Mets lead at 2-1, and the 3-1 pitch is fouled off over towards the right field side, and that's going to make the count full. And a big payoff pitch coming up for Sanchez. Really, this is a huge pitch here. I think he was getting a little bit too distracted with Marte over at second, and sometimes, even though Marte is fast, you got to focus on the batter. 3-2 on the way, and that's lined foul, thank goodness, down the left field side. Count is full still. Phillies will play the Mets again tomorrow afternoon at Citi Field and then come home for 2 days against the Mets. And both those games on Wednesday and Thursday will be at night. The payoff pitch. Line drive. Hit out to center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Rojas throws it over to the mound. And staying put over at third is Marte. That was a really good throw. Harper was on the mound. He made the catch. And it's just a single to load the bases. Still with nobody out for JD Martinez. JD had an RBI double in the second and was able to score a run. There's still nobody out here, and Sanchez already has 50 pitches. He's halfway there to the century mark. Marte's at third, Lindor's at second, Alonso is at first. The pitch to Martinez, swing and a miss. Good changeup thrown. That was probably the best changeup that he's thrown in quite some time in regards to this game. No balls, 1 strike. He had an RBI double in the second and scored a run. That was his 4th RBI of the season for JD. The pitch fouled away. The count is 0-2. This is Sanchez's 8th outing of the season. He's 1-2 against the Mets lifetime with a 4.12 ERA. The 0-2 delivery is a breaking ball that's in the dirt. Just lasted 1 inning his last time. That was on September 30th. But he only faced 3 batters. Didn't allow a run or a hit. Just came in to pitch an inning. Take a very quick step off the mound. The outing before that, though, he went 7 innings against the Mets with 10 strikeouts, and that was on September 24th. And he just allowed 2 earned runs. The 1-2 on the way. Good job by Stubs to get up on his feet. And he was able to make the catch. It was very wide, and he had to extend his glove over towards the right and show off those reflexes. And the count is tied up at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez nods, kicks, delivers, and that's belted down the left field line. It's a foul ball. Martinez was just a little bit late. The former Dodger, 36 years old, has had a very good career so far. The 2-2 delivery, and that's wide for ball 3, so it was an 0-2 count, and now the count is full. And Cotham just fidgeting with his pen in his left hand, and Thompson scratching his head. The payoff pitch, down low for ball 4, and it's an RBI walk. Marte scores, and we play musical chairs. 3-1 New York, and still nobody out. Now the Phillies will have somebody getting warmed up in the bullpen. Can't tell who it is. Brett Beatty due up to bat. He steps into the box, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Beatty had a sac bunt in the second. 25 pitches in this inning alone for Sanchez. Half of his pitches have been thrown for strikes, and the other half for balls. The 0-1 on the way. He's ahead in the count now, and the count is now 0-2. You just can't lose the batter here. This is what happened to J.D. Martinez. It was an 0-2 count, and then he threw 4 straight balls. He'll take a step out of the box, Beatty. Harrison Bader does wait in the on-deck circle. Beatty playing over at third. 3-1 Mets in the bottom of the third. The 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. That changeup was low, and Beatty chased after it surprisingly, and Sanchez gets his second strikeout, and that was a much-needed out for sure. Sanchez just isn't that good, says Idle76. That was the first out. If I said second one, I apologize. Harrison Bader comes up to bat, and the first pitch is fouled off over towards the first base side. Sir Anthony Dominguez getting warmed up in the bullpen as of now. The ball is 1 strike in the pitch. Ground ball foul over towards the tarp at third. I just wondered to myself when they make these types of moves, and it's not just the Phillies that do this, but they seem to be a little bit late at times. The 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back Ks. And Harrison Bader goes down swinging. There were bases loaded with nobody out, and now there's bases loaded with 2 outs, and Rob Thompson is going to go out there, along with, I believe, the trainer, and Sanchez doesn't look right. Something's not right. I don't know if it's a blister or what it is, but he said that he felt some discomfort on that last pitch that he just threw, and that's not good. It was a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. And Sanchez getting checked out, and he says that he's okay. And Rob Thompson and the trainer for the Phillies will head on back over to the dugout. I don't know. He told Rob to come out because something wasn't right. Base is still loaded, 2 gone in the bottom of the third. McNeil's coming up to bat. Dominguez still warming up in the Phillies bullpen. Sanchez is absolutely horrible. I totally disagree with you guys. Why is Cristopher getting all this hate? He just pitched against the Toronto Blue Jays, and he went 7 innings, and he allowed just 1 earned run. Jeff McNeil is up to bat. It's 3-1. Mets lead it, and the pitch and that swung on and missed. A sinker at 94. Lindor is over at third. Alonso's at second. Martinez is at first. I mean, today he hasn't been his best. I'm okay with him staying out there. You can't do this against the better teams. The pitch, and that's fouled away. I'm fine with him staying out there now. If he gives up a couple more runs, then yeah, we're having a different conversation, but they're playing against the Mets, and it's May. If this was something that's going on in July or August, I understand. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and McNeil strikes out, so Sanchez leaves the bases loaded, but he strikes out the side. Literally struck out Beatty, Bader, and McNeil to end the inning. And we go to the top of the fourth. Mets did get one run on an RBI walk by J.D. Martinez, and it's 3-1 New York. We'll be right back in just a few moments. All right, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Mods, do your thing. Come on, man. And hit that subscribe button as well. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. Hit that super chat button down below. Any sort of contribution is an absolute positive, and I appreciate that. All right, what's up, DFJ? How you doing, man? 3-1 New York. Bryson Stott's up to bat, and he takes the first pitch on the outside corner, thrown by Manea, but it's not called a strike. It's called a ball, surprisingly. All right. 1 ball, no strikes. Stott did single in the second inning and the 1-0 pitch, and that's literally the same exact pitch thrown in the same exact spot, and he calls that one a strike. Gabe Morales. 1-1 is the count, and Stott takes the next pitch wide. It was a sweeper at 77. That half inning was long. We're in the top of the fourth. It's 8:16 p.m. Eastern time, so this game is an hour old, and the 2-1 to Stott is fouled away. Yeah, I just said it's the same pitch. It's weird. Manea with 55 pitches. It's Stott, Sosa, and Marsh that are due up. That's 5, 6, and 7. The windup and the pitch. Popped up, hit out over towards the third base side on the outfield grass, and making the catch is Beatty over towards the line. And there's the first out of the fourth inning. Edmundo Sosa is coming up to bat. He doubled in the second. 1 out, bases empty in the top of the fourth. The next pitch is on the upper third of the zone for a called strike. Phillies had a 1-0 lead on the RBI bunt single by Garrett Stubs. That was back in the second, and the 0-1 is fouled away. The Mets, not for long, the Phillies had the 1-0 lead. The Mets would then respond in the bottom of the second on an RBI double by J.D. Martinez and an RBI single by Tomas Nido. And then the Mets would get one more in the bottom of the third on an RBI walk by J.D. Martinez. So that's how we're at a 3-1 score. We're in the top of the fourth. Phillies up to bat. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Nobody on. And the batter up is Edmundo Sosa. The 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Manea decided to go up the ladder. And Sosa chased after it. 2 up, 2 down in the fourth. I said that the one thing about Manea is that he tends to throw the changeup really well against lefties, even though this year his batting average against the changeup has not been so good. With the righters, he tends to go up high with a fastball, especially on the 0-2 counts. The pitch, and that's up high to Brandon Marsh. Marsh and Stott both facing left-handed pitching today. And the 1-0, that was up high, but it's a called strike. 1-1 is the count. Manea kicks, deals the pitch, grounded foul over towards the first base side. Eight seconds left on the pitch clock. Manea trying to communicate with Naito here. And they will reset the pitch clock as time was called. 1-2 pitch, and that's fouled away. The pitch was outside. It was a sweeper, and Marsh had a defensive swing. Just stay alive. Phillies on the day have just 4 hits. We're in the top of the fourth, though, and the 1-2 pitch, that just misses. Barely. A sweeper at 78. It had a wicked movement to it, but it's a 2-2 count. Manea kicks, steals, and the 2-2. He misses again. That time was a little bit more off the plate. And now it's a full count. Be really nice to see Marsh try to get on here. Manea not wasting any time to pay off pitch. Up high for ball 4. What an at-bat by Brandon Marsh. That was a very good approach at the plate. He was down in the count and was able to just stay patient at the plate, and he did a very good job at getting on base there. That was probably the best at-bat of the day by the Phils. Johan Rojas comes up. He's representing the tying run. Marsh leads off over at first. Manea on the bump. 66 pitches, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1 to Johan Rojas. Nine seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-1 pitch, and that is popped up, hit out over towards the right field side, and it's going to find the seats and go out of play. How about this? This is now the 299th, I believe. This is the either the 299th or the 300 matchup between the Phillies and the Mets all time. Is that correct? That can't be right. No balls, 2 strikes. We'll double check that. 2 outs in the top of the fourth. A runner over at first. And the 0-2 is fouled away to make the count. Still 0-2. Phillies are actually 7-3. This is true. In their last 10 games versus the Mets, all-time wise. And they're just 10-15 in their last 25 games against the Mets. The 0-2 pitch, and that's taken for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Marsh leads off over at first, and the throw back is not in time. Couldn't tell. They panned over pretty late. Does Marsh look like he's limping? Not to me. And the throw is made back over to first. The 1-2 pitch inside for a ball throw over the second base. Not in time. Marsh slides in there safely. Naito tried to gut him out. He was literally on his knees and was able to make a terrific throw over to second. And are the Mets going to challenge this is the question. They have the phone in there. Let's see again. I think he got his... I don't know if Marsh slipped or not, but his left foot did come off the bag for a quick second, but they're not going to challenge it. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Johan Rojas. 2 outs. Manea looks back at second, now back to the plate. Runner in scoring position, the 2-2 to Rojas. Fouled away again. What an at-bat by Johan Rojas. I don't know. I think he just kept his foot on the bag when McNeil made the swipe. Almost overslid. Umpire moves and waiting for the signal here. He puts up 4 fingers. And Rojas stays put at the plate. So now he says play on. Is there a pitch clock violation? I don't think so. I don't know what that was. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Johan Rojas, though. Manea checks back at second, and the 2-2 delivery. Line drive into right center field, and making the sliding catch out in center field to end the inning is Harrison Bader. Rojas hit it on the nose. Bader read it perfectly, made the sliding catch, and that ends the inning. A bang-bang play, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Phillies down 3-1. What a play. Wow. That was really beautiful. Yep. That's really weird. I don't think that that's correct. I trust StatMuse more. Phillies have won 548 of the 1,068 games that they have played against the Mets. That sounds more right. They've played each other 1,068 times. 548 wins, 519 losses. How about that? Nito, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks. Appreciate it. Tomas Nito. Thank you. Appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit the notification bell icon, and that way you'll know when I go live. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and turn on the notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I upload for a Phillies game, a Sixers game, or an Eagles game. You know, this is the new wave, and we're trying to get as many reps as possible. That's really what it comes down to. So we're dedicated, and we're putting in the time, and we're putting in the work. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Mets are up to bat. It's 3-1 New York. Next game will be tomorrow afternoon at 1:10, and then they take I-95 and or the New Jersey Turnpike, I should say, and come on over to South Philadelphia to take on the Phillies for the next 2 days at nighttime. Tomas Nito is up to bat, had the RBI single in the 2nd. And it'll be 9-1-2 due up in the order for the New York Mets. Sanchez still out there working for the Phillies, was able to strike out the side after loading the bases. The first pitch, fly ball hit out over to right field. Marsh backpedals, turns over his left shoulder, now his right shoulder, and he makes the catch just in front of the fence. Wow, the wind was blowing that thing all kinds of ways, and Marsh was still able to just have enough room to make the catch in front of the fence for out number 1. Yeah, I thought I heard it pronounced Naito too, but I trust Mr. Sureski. because he follows the Mets. The pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Thanks for coming on, Mr. Sereski. Mr. Sereski, I appreciate that. Brandon Nimmo is up to bat, and he takes a strike. He's 0 for 2 today. Did pop out to short and fly out to left. The ball is on 1 strike, and the 0-1 is taken down low for a ball. Sanchez with 69 total pitches, 42 strikes, and 27 balls. The leg kick and the delivery, and that's taken way inside for ball 2. The 2-1. There's a bouncer hit over towards first base, gloved by Harper. He says he has it, and Sanchez did go over to the bag anyways, but Harper won the race and beat Sanchez and Brandon Nimmo at the same time. 2 away, and Starlin Marte is coming up to bat. Grounded out to short in the first and doubled, and also scored a run in the 3rd inning. First pitch is taken down low for a ball, as it was also inside as well. The capacity at Citi Field is 41,800. It opened on March 29th of 2009 for the Mets. Counts now 1-1 to Starlin Marte. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, and the 1-1 delivery swing and a miss on a changeup at 85 miles per hour. Left field line is about 335 feet. Left center is 358 feet. Deep left center is 385. So the 1-2 is grounded over to, or is hit over to second base, and Stott does make the catch as it was dying down, and the inning comes to an end. A 1-2-3 inning as the last 6 batters have been retired by Cristopher Sanchez, and we played 4, and we go to the top of the 5th. 3-1, New York leads. Deep right center is 398 feet, and right center is 375, and the right field line is 330. Hopefully you can remember all of that. Yeah, he's still pitching. Did you just answer your own question? Yes. Yeah, he's still pitching. He is. The construction to build Citi Field, $900 million at the time. And in today's money, that's what it's now worth. Yeah, it's $1.28 billion in 2023. So, pretty cool. Of course, New York City FC also shares this the stadium as well. If you just subscribe to my channel, comment who you are down below. My name is Jason Joseph. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. We're on for a lot of Phillies games, a lot of Sixers and Eagles games as well. You answer without knowing you were answering, JJ. Oh, I got you. I got you, man. What do y'all haters have to say about Sanchez now? I know, man. Like, it's. I mean, I understand like the frustration, but you know, it's against the Mets. Like, if this was a playoff game, and this is October baseball, and they're playing against the Braves, I get that. Like, that time, yes, Rob has to make a move in that situation. Is he going to do that? I don't know. But in a game in May against the New York Mets, let him work through it. Let him work through it. Here's Garrett Stubs. It's no balls and 1 strike. The first pitch was in there for a strike. Second pitch is taken way outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Garrett. And the next pitch is fouled away. It was a 4-seamer on the inside corner. And Manea got it right where he wanted to, but was fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 delivery, and that's taken down low for a ball. How about this? Dalton Varsho robbed a home run earlier in the game and just tied the game back 2-2 in the top of the 8th against Baltimore. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Garrett Stubs. The payoff pitch. Fly ball hit out to shallow left field. And running in to make the catch out in left field is Brandon Nimmo. And there's the first out recorded. He had to jog in over towards that left field line in shallow left. Now it's Whit Merrifield's turn to come on up. What's up, Philly halftime? How you doing, man? First pitch to Merrifield, popped up, hit out over to left field, and taking about 4 steps backward is Nimmo, and he makes the catch on back-to-back plays. Time he didn't really have to move a whole bunch, but 2 up, 2 down, and Alec Bohm is coming up to bat. Phillies top of the lineup so far. The top 3 hitters are just 1 for 7. The pitch to Bohm. Line drive, hit out to left field, and it is a foul ball. Or is it a fair ball? I think that they ruled it as a fair... No, it was a foul ball. Hit over towards the left side of the line. It was just foul. Nimmo still played it, though. Yeah. Just bounced foul. No balls and 1 strike. It's just foul. 2 away in the top of the 5th. Phillies trail 3-1 to the New York Mets. Manea gets set and delivers, and it's up high for a ball. To make the count now 1-1. The pitch thrown by Manea. Line drive over at shortstop. Dug out by Lindor. Throw over to first in time. It played it on a bounce and just made a flashy play over at shortstop to end the inning. Hit sharply. Close but no cigar. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 3-1 Mets as they come up to bat. Be right back. All right, here we go, baby. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mets are coming up to bat. It'll be Lindor, Alonso, and Martinez. That's 3, 4, and 5 in the order. Cristopher Sanchez will head back out there on the bump for his 5th inning of work. Spike that like button and hit that subscribe button. My name is Jason, and we go live for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. Francisco Lindor is due up to bat, and he takes a high strike for strike 1. There's this couple out there that are showing on NBC Sports Philadelphia that are Phillies fans, and they have a cheesesteak or some sort of a sandwich out there. It looks really good. The 0-1 high bouncer hit over to third base, and Bohm has it, flows over to first, and there's one away. It's played by Bohm. He had to go over towards his right, gather himself, and throw it over to first, and made a good play out of it. Here comes Pete Alonso, who's hitting 100 in his last 10 games versus the Phillies. Sanchez with his 78th pitch, and the first pitch is just a hair down low, was a sinker at 94 miles per hour. Alonso's 2 for 2 today against Sanchez with a double, a single, and a run scored. Sanchez kicks, fires, and throws it just a little bit low on the inside corner. Alonso, lifetime against the Phillies, is hitting .244, has 14 homers in 78 games with 51 RBI. The pitch. And that's on the outside corner. Looked a little bit outside, to be honest, but Morales gives Sanchez the call there. Sanchez nods, gets the signs from his catcher, and the 2-1 grounder hit over to shortstop. Sosa has it, throws across the diamond, and there's 2 away. Lindor grounds out to third, Alonso grounds out to short, and J.D. Martinez coming up to bat with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. Talked about before how J.D. Martinez just crushes the Phillies. He certainly does. First pitch is sent foul over towards the right field side, and that time it goes out of play. Martinez hitting .280 on the season and .292 against the Phillies. Has homered against them 3 times. The 0-1, and that's sent foul. Last time he homered against the Phillies was when he was on the Red Sox on July 9th of 2021. The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over to right center field. Marsh tries to slide and make the catch. Can't get there. Rojas beats him over towards the track and throws it over to second. And J.D. Martinez, have yourself a day. Just able to cruise into second. That's the 3rd time that he's gotten on base. His 2nd double. And was able to just hit it out towards the opposite way. He just continues to rake against the Phillies. Marsh almost made a terrific catch. He tried to slide. He was running over towards his right side and just could not get to it. 2-out double. And Brett Beatty's coming up to bat. The third baseman facing Cristopher Sanchez, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. The ball is 1 strike. The 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss to make the count 0-2. Actually lied. The last time that J.D. homered against the Phillies was on June 10th of 2023, and then it was in July of 2021. Of course, in 2023, he was on the Dodgers. 86 total pitches by Cristopher Sanchez. He had 23 pitches in the second and 33 in the third. The ball's in 2 strikes to Beatty. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So, he strikes out on the sinker, and that is the 2nd time that Sanchez has struck out Beatty today. And we head to the top of the 6th. 3-1 New York. No runs, 1 double. And JT is left over at second, as the Phillies will send Harper, Castellanos, and Stott when we return up to the plate. Yeah. Rob just used 4 relievers last night. He's not going to the pen until at least the 7th. All right. Have any of you guys, for those of you that are tuning in, I do want I do want to ask you guys some stuff. I want to know how you're doing. Have you guys ever been to Citi Field before? And if so, what game were you at? What game were you at if you have been to Citi Field? I've never been to Citi Field. I'm not talking about Shea. I'm talking about just straight up Citi Field. If you've ever been to Citi Field. And if you have, where would be like a good, where do you think is like a good spot to sit? I'm just curious. I'd like to go sometime. But I don't know, I'm just wondering. Dan Bruce says that he's never been to Citi. Okay. Have you been to Yankee Stadium? Just curious. Never been to Citi. Shea, I've been to many times. Yep. I'm just asking about Citi. It looks like it's a nice stadium. It really does. Mets all-time have actually 605 wins at Citi Field and 567 losses. I heard it's not that impressive. Bryce Harper comes up to bat. Snowball's one strike. The 0-1 to Bryce is taken down low for a ball. I mean, it has a 4.6 star rating out of like 2.5K reviews. So, that's pretty good. The 1-1, and that's taken wide for ball 2. Manea is still out there with 86 pitches. And the 2-1, and that's taken down low for ball 3. Yes, Citi Field, 25K reviews, and it has a 4.6 star rating on Google. So that's pretty good. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the next pitch is taken right down the pipe for a strike. Does Citi have airline traffic every 90 seconds? I don't know. I've never been there. I'm asking you guys. The 3-2 pitch on the outside corner for a called third strike, and Manea gets his 5th strikeout on the day, and Harper goes down looking. It was a 3-1 count. And honestly, that was a good pitching sequence by Manea. Decided to throw a pitch right down the middle. Harper took it all the way. Last time up when he was behind in the count, took a pitch and almost got called out. The first pitch to Castellanos is taken for a ball. His average now sits at 206, and the 1-0 on the way. Swing and a miss. You're not impressed with Bryce so far? He was just on a hitting streak, my guy. The 1-1 delivery, and that's fouled away. He's like, I don't know. I'm not really concerned about Bryce. I'm just not. All I care about right now is the team winning games. Like that's all that I really care about. 1-2 pitch. And that's fouled away over towards the right field side. And goes out of play. Maybe he didn't really have I don't know, he's had a hit in each of his last 3 games. He's 12 for 34 this month and is batting .353. That's pretty good. The 1-2 pitch, and that's fouled away again. I think he's doing pretty good. You had to be a little concerned. Well, coming into the season, yeah, for sure, Philly halftime. 1-2 pitch on the inside corner for a called third strike, and Castellanos stares at a pitch and goes down looking. 2 outs, and Bryson Stott's coming up to bat. Loved the movement on that four-seam fastball by Sean Manea. Just was able to paint it on the inside corner perfectly, and Castellanos thought it was just going to be a little bit inside. Sort of made you think about the third strike that Rojas got called out looking on when he even tried to get out of the way. Here's Bryson Stott, who takes it outside for a ball. He did single in the second and also scored a run. He's 1 for 2 today. The 1-0 up high. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. Philly Halftime, you're more than welcome to drop your link down below, my guy. Thanks so much for being here. 2-0. Manea takes a very quick breath, winds up, and fires the pitch. Wide for ball 3. He pitches, and the 3-0 to Stott is at the knees for a strike to make it now a 3-1 count. They have a Citi Field Classic softball tournament on June 19th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The 3-1 pitch in the air, hit out to deep right field. Going back is Marte. He just has enough room, and he'll make the catch, and the inning comes to an end. So Manea gets out of it. Stott just missed a home run. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. New York still up 3-1 against the Titans. Just missed it. Any of you want to go to the softball event on June 19th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.? It's called the Citi Field Classic. It's the ultimate team building experience for your office. Draft your office softball team and compete against other companies in the inaugural Citi Field Classic softball tournament. Oh, so you have to have a company. That's wild. The team is going to be on the outfield of the New York Mets. It says your team will play in the iconic outfield of the New York Mets, warming up in the batting cage and enjoy a day at the ballpark while competing to become the champions of Citi Field. Huh. Interesting. We can fill out a form. We could do that. JJ, you have a company. Technically, yeah. These bats got to come alive. We're playing the Mets, says Philly Halftime. Absolutely. Company softball teams always pay to bring a ringer in. Yeah, I know. I mean, technically, we're not technically a business just yet. Sounds like the Mets are trolling for new players. Maybe. Larry, you should do it. Come on up. Come on up from Florida. You should do it. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Mets are up to bat, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. To Harrison Bader, 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Mets. The 0-1, and that's taken downstairs. There's a slider at 85, and the count is even at 1 apiece. Cristopher Sanchez now at 89 pitches. And the 1-1 on the way. Line drive over the head of Stott into center field for a base hit. He tried to make a leaping catch, and Harrison Bader gets on with a leadoff single. Start off the bottom of the 6th. And Jeff McNeil's coming up to bat. Larry, swing by South Carolina and pick me up on the way. Yeah, you got time. It's June 19th. June 19th. All right, I'm in, he says. Jeff McNeil comes up to bat, and the throw back over to first by Sanchez is not in time. Harrison Bader leads off over at first. Sanchez looks back at first, and now back to the plate. Bader goes. The pitch is in there for a strike. Stubs throws it over to second, and the tag is in time by Sosa. He tagged out Bader and Stubs with a bang-bang play to get Harrison Bader out. Wow, what a throw. The timing was perfect. And just the accuracy on the throw by Stubs, absolutely beautiful. Whew. Bullseye. McNeil up to bat, base is empty, 1 out, and the 0-1 is low and away for a ball. That was beautiful, man. Loved that throw. 1 ball, 1 strike. McNeil's 0 for 2 in tonight's game, and the 1-1 is chopped foul. Count now is at 1-2. Hot corner B on 95 North. I'll slow you all down. Larry's going to take his time as he drives over to New York. 1-2 pitch, and that's fouled off. It went. Eric Stubs wouldn't have been able to make the catch, but just behind the plate. That was a cannon that Stubs threw over to second. I still can't get over how he did that. 1-2 pitch, bounced foul. Honestly, if you were to give out an MVP for the game so far for the Phillies, it has to be Garrett Stubs, man. Has to be Garrett Stubs. Yeah, the RBI bunt single. He stole second base. Was able to throw out a runner. And the 1-2 is inside, way inside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jeff McNeil. Time is called really quickly. I typed in Jeff McNeil, and the first guy that comes up is Jeff McNair, who's a professor and human rights advocate for the Christian community. That's funny. The 2-2. That's chopped foul. Sanchez today, for out distributions, is at 6 groundouts, 5 strikeouts, and 2 flyouts so far in this ball game. The pitch, low and away, with a full count now. McNeil, of course, had a very good bunt in last night's game to provide the heroics, which would set the table up for Brandon Nimmo to hit the walk-off 2-run homer against the Braves. 3-2 is fouled away. And the count still remains full. 99 pitches. Sanchez will reach the century mark with the pitch count on the payoff pitch here. Here it comes. The 3-2 on the way. Grounder hit over towards the second base. Sosa has it, throws over to first, and it's just in time. McNeil thought he was safe, and Ryan Addison said, no, no, no. Sosa and Stott had to communicate with each other. It was hit over towards the right side of second base when you're looking at home plate. Stott wanted to get over to it. Sosa said, nope, I got it. Scooped it up, threw it over to first, and was just barely able to get Jeff McNeil out. Sort of like Sosa just took it away from Bryson Stott. And they won't review it. So it's 2 outs, nobody on. And up to bat now is Tomas Nido. No balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1 is swung on and missed. First pitch was in there for a strike. Nido 1 for 2. He had the RBI single. And the 0-2 is down low for a ball. That was back in the second inning. The 1-2 delivery in the dirt. Good changeup thrown, but just was a little bit too low. 2-2 pitch, and that's slapped foul over towards the third base side. Count still remains at 2-2. Nido with no batting gloves on, batting on the right side, and the 2-2 pitch is way outside for ball 3. The payoff pitch coming up, and that slapped foul. Pitch was up high and outside. Count still remains full. On this day in 1980, Steve Carlton beat Atlanta 9-1. It was his record-setting 10th straight quality start that year. The 3-2 ground ball past the diamond stop of Harper. It goes over to Stott. Stott throws it over to first, and it deflects off of Sanchez's glove, goes over towards the backstop, and that's going to be ruled as an infield single, I guess. I thought Sanchez should have caught it. First of all, Bryce Harper tried to make a diving stop. Stott was there to back him up, and Stott almost made a very good play. Stott was able to slide. He threw it over to first, and Sanchez, I think he took his eye off the ball for the very last second he did, and was not able to watch the ball go into the glove, so that should be charged as an E1. That was a great play by Stott. Good try by Harper, too. And Rob Thompson's going to go out there, and that's going to be it for Cristopher Sanchez. He'll pull the plug, 2 outs, and we have a pitching change. We'll see who comes in just a few moments. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th with a runner over at first, and that still is Sanchez's responsibility. And the Phillies will be right back. I hit the like button on almost every single day. Let's get to 100, baby. Freak Nation, stand up. Come on. Hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. I appreciate you guys so much for being on here. We got 95 people on here watching. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your kids. Tell your wife. Tell your husbands. Tell your stepdads. Tell your grandmother once removed. Or anybody that we go on for every single Phillies game. Yo, crack me up. Let's take a sip of water. All right. So what did they rule that, JJ? What did they rule that? That should be counted as an error on Cristopher Sanchez. Yep. That's what they called it, an E1. Your grandmother once removed. I try. I try, man. I really do. All right, so Nimmo is going to come on up to bat, and Sir Anthony Dominguez will come in to pitch for the Phils. That would make me my own cousin, wouldn't it? I don't know. I tried. It didn't work. Sometimes, there's 162 games on here. Sometimes you're going to strike out. Sometimes you're going to hit fly balls that go really deep, and then all of a sudden you're going to get robbed. It is what it is. Sometimes I think I have a really good call, and then I just end it really bad, and I'm like, come on, Jay. It's really bad. Brandon Nimmo comes up, and the first pitch, he fouls it off of his left ankle. He had a shin guard there, and it ricocheted off of his ankle and hit his shoe or his cleat. Dominguez in 15 games is 1-2. He's pitched 13 1/3 of an inning, has recorded 15 strikeouts and 4 walks. ERA, though, has been the biggest target that he's had on his back all year. The 0-1 is low and inside for a ball. A 7.43 earned run average for the 29-year-old Dominican Republican. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. A runner over at first. That's Tomas Nido, who reached on an error. And the 1-1, good stop by Garrett Stubs. He was able to slide over towards his right. Almost got away from Garrett Stubs, but would have probably been recorded as a wild pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillies playing at Citi Field for 2 games and then coming back home to CBP to play the Mets for 2 more games. And the 2-1 delivery is fouled away over towards the third base side, and the count is even at 2 apiece. Nimmo's average is at 229. The walk-off homer he had yesterday was his 6th homer of the season. The 2-2, and that's fouled off. Phillies on this day actually traded Marlon Byrd to Washington for Endy Chavez back in 2005. 2-2 pitch, and that's way outside for ball 3. Of course, one of the former Phillies that has a birthday today is Roy Halladay. Rest in peace. Hopefully you're doing really well. 3-2 pitch, and that's outside for ball 4, and Nimmo jogs over to first. He got on with a walk, but maybe they want to record that as a jog, a J-O-G, in the scorebook. I don't think I struck out there. 2 runners on now with 2 outs. And now it's Starling Marte's turn to come on up. And he takes a strike at 97, right down Broadway. His average is at 257, 3 homers as well. The 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss. It's now 9:04 p.m. Eastern Time. The 0-2, and that's down low. Halladay today would have been 47 years old. Just wild to think about. 1-2 pitch, grounder, hit over to shortstop. Sosa has it, gloves it over to second, and the inning comes to an end on the fielder's choice ground out by Starling Marte. We go to the top of the 7th. Phillies still trail 3-1. They haven't scored since the 2nd inning. They've gone pretty quiet at the plate against Sean Manea. Be right back. Alrighty. Good stuff. Hopefully you're all doing well, man, and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. Sean Manaea today pitched really well for the Mets, and the Phillies really did struggle on him, facing him at the plate. He was able to get a lot of the calls, painted a lot of the four-seamers and the sinkers on those corners, located the changeup really well, and just was absolutely dominant. Phillies were not able to get a hold of him. They had a couple of chances to get some runs off of him, especially in that 2nd inning, but just allowed 1 run on the RBI bunt single by Garrett Stubs. And that was it. That was literally it. So he outdueled Cristopher Sanchez, Manea went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and had 6 strikeouts and 100 total pitches. Edmundo Sosa will come on up. Then it'll be Brandon Marsh, followed by Johan Rojas. First pitch to Sosa is taken for a ball, and Lopez now out there on the bump. We'll get to Lopez's stats in just a few moments. 1-0, and the next pitch. Line drive into right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit just in front of Starling Marte. And a single out to right field by Edmundo Sosa. Jorge Lopez is pitching for the Mets in 19 games. Has 2 saves and 2 opportunities. 15 strikeouts, 8 walks. He hasn't allowed a home run this year. And has just been a very good pitcher out of the bullpen for the New York Mets. Brandon Marsh comes up. He walked in the 4th and also stole a base. The pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Lopez stands at 6'3", weighs about 200 pounds. His ERA is at 2.41. He's been in the league since 2015. That's when he was on the Milwaukee Brewers. The pitch, and that's taken down low and inside for a ball. He was on the Brewers for 3 years. Then he was on the Royals for about 2.5 years. Got traded to the Baltimore Orioles. Played for them for 3 years. The Twins for 2. And the next pitch is down low for a ball. Then went to Miami. In 2023, he played for the Twins. He played for Miami. And he played for the Orioles. And now he's on the Mets. 2-1 pitch. Line drive into right field for a base hit. Sosa's going to stop over at second. Marte's going to throw it over to third. The throw is not in time. And the throw back to first to get Marsh is not in time either. I thought maybe Sosa was going to stay put at second, but decided to test the arm of Starling Marte, and the Phillies have something cooking here. Beatty had to throw it back over to first because Marsh was wide off the bag, and he was just able to get his left hand back in safely for the Phils to first. Something cooking here for Philadelphia. We're in the top of the 7th. There's runners at the corners with nobody out. And the Mets will have a timeout called on the mound here. Adam Ottavino is now going to get warmed up in the Mets bullpen. Jeremy Hefner, the pitching coach for New York, wanted to try to calm his pitcher down. And here comes Johan Rojas. 8, 9, and 1 due up next for the Phillies. Rojas comes up, and the first pitch way up high and inside. Rojas had to get out of the way and took a pitch that was just inches from hitting him. It came in 98 miles per hour on the gun. He's gone hitless today. And he's looking to try to get his first hit. He hit the ball sharply, though, his last time up. The 1-0 to Rojas is taken for a ball throw over the second base by Nito. Not in time to get Marsh. And that puts 2 runners in scoring position. So the tying run's now over at second, and a base hit could tie this baby up. Marsh got a very good jump. Sosa stays at third. Wathan gives a little hello to Marsh and says good job. The 1-0 pitch, ground ball hit up the middle. This will at least get a run home. The throw over to first is in time. Marsh goes over to third. It's an RBI ground out by Johan Rojas as Sosa scores, and it's now 3-2 Mets. Phillies able to cut the deficit to 1. High fives from Rojas and Sosa in the dugout. And it looks like that's going to be it for Jorge Lopez as the Mets decide to pull the plug. It's 3-2 New York, and another pitching change coming up. It was not an easy play either. Under 13 people on here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit that notification bell icon, and that way you'll know when I go live, baby. My name is Jason Joseph, and this, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. Thank you all so much for being here. It means a lot to me that you're all here tuning in. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you're more than welcome to do so. Just hit that super chat button down below. And anything that you give is a plus for sure. And just hit that subscribe button. Freak Nation, what's going on? That was a very good productive at-bat by Rojas. Hit it up the middle and did what he had to do. Do you guys think on any, or how about this? How do I put this question? I know that we're still in May, okay? If you're Dave Dombrowski, okay, what do you do about this trade deadline? I know it's May, and I know that we have time. But from what we've seen right now, where could the Phillies improve at the trade deadline? Or do you just say, we have the guys in place, we're not going to make any moves because we believe in our ball club? What do you think that they do? Comment down below. I want Chisholm. And then who are you going to take out of the outfield, my guy? You're going to take Rojas out or Casty? I'm not doing that. I think if you want to be like nitpicky, okay. But are you going to trade Castellanos? Garrett Stubs comes up to bat. 1 out, tying run at third. First pitch thrown is swung on and missed. Adam Ottavino comes in to face the lefty. Ottavino this season is pitched in 15 games. He's 1-1, has a 3.68 earned run average, 24 strikeouts, and 14 2/3 of an inning. Infielders all playing in on the infield grass across the diamond. The 0-1, and that was a little bit inside, but it's a called strike by Morales. Wow. Ottavino has been in the league for quite a long time in Major League Baseball. He's 38 years old now. The 0-2 on the way, and there's a broken background ball hit over to third. Marsh goes stays put over at third, and the throw to first is in time to get Garrett Stubs. Stubs hustled. He did everything that he could. It was a broken background ball, and there's 2 outs, though. A piece of the barrel just came off. Tried to hit it over towards the third base side. Looked like it was going to go inside, but he got fooled. Lights out relievers, says Larry. That's all we need. Whit Merrifield is up to bat. There's 2 outs. Marsh still is at third. Ottavino gets set and throws it outside for a ball. Ottavino got started in his career with the St. Louis Cardinals. He made his debut back in 2010 and played for the Rockies from 2012 to 2018. The 1-0 ground ball hit back over towards Ottavino, and he throws it underhanded over to first, and he gets his little fist pumped right there as he records the final out, and the inning comes to an end. Phillies get 1 run back, though, on the RBI ground out by Yohan Rojas. It's stretch time at Citi Field, 3-2 New York. All right, I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question. And if you get it right, you'll hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. And subscribe to the channel. Let's do this. Let's do this one. Mike Schmidt has the most plate appearances of all time in Phillies history. How many plate appearances did Mike Schmidt have? How many plate appearances did he have? How many? We don't have to do exact. We'll do about. We'll do approximations. I don't want to mess with the chemistry that we have. I agree. I agree with that. Now answer my question. How many plate appearances did Mike Schmidt have? I didn't mean for that to sound sassy. I could Google the answer. You could. But just take a wild guess. We don't have to get into exact numbers. But how many plate appearances did he have? You know this without Google, you're lying. 2465. 2465. Incorrect. I'd have to cheat to answer that question. That is also incorrect. 3,500. Plate appearances. At over 3,500. 128. No. Y'all are far off. 7,000. That's closer, but no. Keep going. 100 million. We're talking about Mike Schmidt. No. He'd have to play like 50 seasons for that to happen. The pitch. Thrown by Sir Anthony Dominguez, and that's taken down low to Francisco Lindor for ball one. 8,500. No. 11,000. You're really close. You're really, really close. I'll give it to you. The answer was 10,062. 10,062 plate appearances. That's how many Mike Schmidt had in a Phillies uniform. 2 balls, no strikes to Francisco Lindor. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-0 is in there for a strike at 98 miles per hour. 10,062 plate appearances. That's how many Mike Schmidt had. It's a lot. Lindor at the plate, the 2-1 pitch in the air, hit out over to right field. Marsh comes jogging in, though, and they'll make the catch. And there's one out. No, 100 million? My guy had 10,062. It would take at least, did I say 10 years? I meant to say 100 years. I don't know who's second. No. One out in the bottom of the 7th. And the pitch to Pete Alonso is in the dirt for ball one. I could tell you, though. Pete is 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Dominguez gets set just above the letters, winds up and deals, and it's up high and inside for ball two. Two balls, no strikes. And the next pitch is inside and high for ball three. So Mike Schmidt also is the club's leader in games of all time with 2,404. So he has 2,404 games that he has played in. 3-0 pitch, and that's on the inside corner for a strike. It's pretty wild. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is on the inside corner for strike 2. To make it now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Does it give plate appearances on here? 3-2 on the way. Way inside for ball 4. And there's a leadoff walk. All right, so number 2 is actually Jimmy Rollins, who had 9,511 plate appearances. Richie Ashburn is third at 8,224. JD Martinez, he comes up and he looks at a slider at the knees for strike 1. He's been killing the Phillies today and has been the big difference maker. Alonso and Martinez have each gotten on 3 times apiece against the Phillies today. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Larry Bowa had 7,358 plate appearances, which is fourth. And then fifth was Ed Delahanty, who had 7,141. The 0-2, and that's down low and outside for a ball. Pete Rose had the most plate appearances in Major League history. Know how many he had? The 1-2 pitch, ground ball hit over to third base. Bohm has to throw it over to first and foul ground. It's not in time. And it's going to be recorded as an infield single. Huh. See again. Yep. Bohm did everything he could. Tried to make a bang-bang play, but he was really, really deep. So Pete Rose had 15,890 career plate appearances. Rose is the only player in MLB history to surpass 14,000 and 15,000 career plate appearances. Rob Thompson's going to go out there, and that's going to be it for Sir Anthony Dominguez, as we have another pitch and change for the Phils, with runners over at first and second in the bottom of the seventh. So, yeah, Pete Rose has the most all-time plate appearances. Wild stuff. Apparently, like 6 months ago, Marcus Semien has broken the record for most plate appearances in a single season. That's regular and postseason. And this was during the World Series. He had 834 plate appearances at the time that it was broken. Lenny Dykstra had 833, and that was in the year of 1993. Juan Pierre had 830 in 2003. And then Pete Rose in 1975 had 811. So that includes postseason as well. It's pretty wild. Huh. No. Y'all are so far behind. All right, so we're still at Citi Field. Gregory Soto pitching for the Phils. He comes in with a 7.15 ERA. And there's runners over at first and second. And you got to get out of a jam here. All right, the first pitch is swung on and missed. There was a slider thrown at 83. Tyrone Taylor is going to be pinch hitting. As a pinch hitter, he is 6 doubles, 4 homers, and 13 RBI, along with a 343 average. The 0-1 is fouled away to make it an 0-2 count. Well, they had the lefty on lefty, and Mets manager decided to just go with a righty as a pinch hitter here. Count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the 0-2 pitch is fouled away. Carlos Mendoza, of course, the manager now for the New York Mets, decided to make a move, and not a bad one. The ball's 2 strikes, 2 runners on, and the 0-2. There's a bouncer hit over to third. It gets underneath the glove of Bohm. It goes out over towards the tarp. Sosa has it. 1 run's going to come in to score, and it's now 4-2. Well, Alec Bohm made an error over at third base. The ball went underneath his glove. He tried to backhand it, and was not able to do so, and that's one way to get a pinch hit. And Taylor's like, I don't know how I did it, but I did. To hit the bag? Let's see again. It bounced. It looked like it was... It just hit the line. Literally just hit the line after it bounced the first time. And boom, it would have been a tough play. So, just bounced over his glove. It literally hit the third base line on the second bounce. And as it went over the bag, literally just got a piece of that chalk. Not by much, though. Wow. So that's an RBI single. J.D. Martinez goes over to second. No balls, one strike here, and the 0-1 is swung on and missed to Harrison Bader. That's like... It's like when Kevin Durant had the toenail on the line against Milwaukee, and they called it a 2 instead of a 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Soto was used yesterday, but he only faced he allowed a hit and a walk. And that was it. That was to end the game. He allowed the walk-off base hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I mean, that wasn't really all his fault. It was a good pitch. Bohm that's just an unlucky bounce. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. And Soto gets a strikeout there. That wasn't his fault, Larry. It was a good pitch. It was just, it literally hit the line. Like it took a bounce, and then it hit the line after third base. Here's Jeff McNeil, the first pitch, swinging a fly ball hit out to center field. Rojas backs up over towards the track, and they'll make the catch. And the inning comes to an end, but Harrison Bader gets an RBI infield. The Mets do get an RBI single to make it 4-2. It was on a single by Tyrone Taylor. And that's it. We go to the top of the 8th. Be right back. All right, here we go. All right, how you guys doing? Did anybody, did we reach 100 subscribers yet? Did we reach 100? Where are we at? Man, we're at 83. We have 107 people on here watching. Y'all got to hit the subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already, man. Let's do it. Let's get over to it. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. It would really mean a lot if you supported the channel. We do Phillies, we do Mets, and we do Eagles games. JJ, I got a trivia question for you. See, this isn't how it works, my guy. I'm the one that's supposed to ask the trivia questions in the 7th, but I'll let it slide. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Okay, what is your trivia question? I am joking. You can ask me yours. 84 likes. Crush that like button. I want us to get to 2,300 subscribers too, man. I want us to get to that hump. I want more people to join our family. Al Bohm will lead things off in the top of the 8th. Phillies are down 4-2. Bohm is 0 for 3 with a fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out in tonight's game. Phillies down to their final 6 outs. We do have a fielding change as well for the Mets. We have a new third baseman. The first pitch, the Alec Bohm is in there for a strike. A sweeper thrown at 78 miles per hour by Adam Ottavino. Joey Wendell is going to be the new third baseman as he comes in for Brett Beatty defensively. The 0-1 pitch, fly ball, hit out over towards right center field. Marte gets called off, and making the catch is Harrison Bader over towards the alleyway for the first out. It was a pretty weird play. Bryce Harper did single in the first, and he's up to bat. What is the most at-bats for a hitter to end their career at 1,000? What do you mean? What is the most at-bats to end their career at 1,000? 1,000. The ball is one strike as Harper takes a strike all the way. Harper did single in the first. That trivia question makes no sense. I've been saying all season, all of our Dominican pitchers stink. Trade them all. And then they're going to get hot, my guy. That's how a bullpen is. The ball is one strike, and the 0-1 to Harper. He got underneath the cutter right down Broadway. That's an 0-2 count now to Bryce. Phillies have Alvarado and Ruiz warming up in the bullpen. The 0-2 on the way, swing and a miss. And Harper goes down swinging on a sweeper that was in the dirt. And there's two quick outs. Man, he got fooled on that pitch. That was nothing but trouble as soon as it was thrown. And now Nick Castellanos will be coming up to bat for the Phils. Nick is 0 for 3 with a ground out and 2 strikeouts in this game. Ottavino gets set and delivers the pitch. It's popped up over towards the first base side. Alonso has it in foul ground, and they'll make the catch, and the inning comes to an end. A quick 8th inning for Adam Ottavino, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. 4-2. Mets lead it against the Phils. All right. Fouled out to first. I don't understand your question, my guy. 84 players recorded 1 at-bat and got 1 hit. 84 players recorded 1 at-bat and got 1 hit. Oh, 84 career Major League players? Nobody ever says all. Yeah, that's true. It's true, Larry. I'm happy you said that. You're right. You're right, man. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. We have 115 people on here watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Let's get to 100 likes. Get to 100. All right, what time is it? 9:35. All right, let's take a look at some of the scores out of town. So the Rays lead at 5-3 in Boston against the Red Sox. And so that's the first score that we have going on in Major League Baseball. We also have the Braves leading at 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th against the Chicago Cubs. Only 4 hits allowed by Braves pitching today. Pirates lead at 4-0 against the Milwaukee Brewers. Pirates have runners over at 2nd and 3rd in the top of the 7th. And then the Rangers and Guardians don't have any score. They're in the bottom of the 6th. Rangers are up to bat. There's runners over at 1st and 2nd with 1 out. And then Athletics, the Oakland Athletics are down 3-2 against the Houston Astros. That game's in the bottom of the 6th. Houston leads it 3-2. At 9:38, the Cardinals play the Angels. The Reds play the Diamondbacks at 9:40. And then the Rockies play the Padres. And the Royals play the Mariners at 9:40 as well. First pitch, ground ball, hit back up the middle. And Sosa has it, flips it over to first. And Ruiz records the first out of the inning. Jose Ruiz is pitching for the Phils, has a 4.5 ERA in 3 games, has pitched in 4 innings, has 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks allowed. Nito was up to bat. Now it's Brandon Nimmo who comes up. And the pitch is wide for a ball. Blue Jays did win and beat the Orioles 3-2 in the 10th. Tigers won 6-5 against the Marlins. Dodgers and Giants play at 9:45 tonight. Yamamoto will be facing Hicks on the mound. Count is now 1-1. Edwin Diaz, the lights-out closer for the Mets, is getting warmed up in their bullpen. The pitch, swing and a miss. Nationals and White Sox got postponed today. Makeup date will be tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch, and that's a breaking ball that was in the dirt for ball 2. Good job by Stubs to get a hold of that. Phillies will play at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time. The Nationals-White Sox doubleheader. The first game is at 4:40. And then the next game will be at 7:40. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. And Ruiz gets the second out of the inning, his first strikeout in the inning. Nimmo has gone hitless today, too. And the guy that's up to bat is Starlin Marte. He grounded out to short in the first, doubled in the third, lined out to left in the fourth, and hit into a fielder's choice in the sixth. Yes, that makes a lot of sense now. 1.000. Okay, I get that now. Starlin Marte doubled in the third, scored a run in that inning as well. The ball is 1 strike, and the 0-1 is down low for a ball. Ruiz with just 8 pitches in this inning so far. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gets set below the letters and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball that got him fooled. For Zach Wheeler, they're talking about his outing yesterday. 1-2 pitch. Sky high, hit out over to right field. Marsh gets under it, and will make the catch for the third and final out. We go to the top of the 9th. Phillies will have their last chance. Edwin Diaz will come in to pitch for the Mets and try to close the deal. Can the Phillies stop him? That's the question. Go to the top of the 9th, and we'll have yet to see what happens. Be right back. Top of the 9th inning. Hopefully you're all doing well. In case you are just tuning in, my name is Jason Joseph, and this, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey, and I come on here for as many Phillies games as I can. Love you all, and appreciate you guys so much for being here. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you're more than welcome to do so. Hit that donation button, and here we go. But, yes, appreciate it. To be honest, I felt like we could have found a way to keep Sean Manaea. Who's we? Oakland? San Francisco? Are you a Giants fan? You got to be more specific with me. Sean Manaea, SF Giants. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay, I got you, Pedro. Yeah, you guys are taking on the Dodgers really soon. Got you. You did a good job there, my guy. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Edwin Diaz is going to come close the door, or try to close the door for the Mets. What a career he has had. It's been very phenomenal. The trumpets are playing, of course. Yep. All right, so Diaz in there. He is 5 for 6 in save opportunities this year. Opponents are hitting 148 against him. Bryson Stott will be his first victim, and the first pitch is inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Nets on the inside corner at the knees for a called strike. So the count is now 1-1. Diaz comes set, kicks, fires, and throws it down low and inside for ball 2. To make the count now 2-1. The 2-1 pitch in the air. Hit out to deep right field. It's going back towards the track, and it's gone! It hit off the orange rail, and Bryson Stott says goodbye, baseball. Stott with a solo homer off of Edwin Diaz in the top of the 9th. It's 4-3, New York. Boy, that thing got out in a hurry. He left a fastball out at the knees on the inside corner, and Stott squared it up and barreled it into the bullpen. Wow. Diaz is 1-1 this year. His career ERA is 2.91. This year it's at a 2.3. And it's going to elevate after that solo shot. It's Kyle Schwarber, and he was like, wow, he just hit a home run there off of that guy. Here comes Cody Clemens, and he takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. So Stott homers. Sosa's spot was due up to bat, and it's Cody Clemens, the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit, and the tying run is over at first base. So Clemens comes through with a pinch hit single, and Brandon Marsh is coming up to bat. Wow. Kyle Schwarber waits in the on-deck circle. How about that? And Brandon Marsh is coming up to bat for the Phils. Still nobody out. And boy, is this a sighting here. 4-3. First pitch to Marsh inside and low for ball 1. So Stott homered. Clemens came in to pinch hit for Sosa and singled up the middle. And Marsh is up to bat. The 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2, a four-seamer at 97. And Phillies fans standing on their feet trying to play spoiler against the Mets. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Marsh inside for ball 3. Phillies fans getting louder at Citi Field. And a fan in a Darren Dalton jersey telling the whole Phillies section to stand up. 3 balls and no strikes to Marsh. Clemens over at first. The 3-0 delivery. Down low and inside for ball 4. It's going to get away from Nido. But regardless, that puts runners over at first and second. How about this for a change? It was 4-2 coming into the inning, and guess who's coming in to pinch hit? Kyle Schwarber. Stott had a solo homer to make it 4-3. Clemens singled. Marsh walked, and now another lefty coming up to bat. We do have time called on the mound. Pitching coach wanted to go out there to try to talk to him. Talk to Diaz, and now goes back to the dugout. Here's Kyle Schwarber. He's 0 for 3 lifetime against Edwin Diaz, and is looking to get his first hit off of him. Wow. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. It's 4-3 Mets. Phillies have runners at first and second. Clemens at second, and at first it's Marsh. The first pitch to Schwarber, inside for ball one. And clearly Diaz is losing control of his pitches. He still hasn't even recorded an out here. We're in the top of the ninth. The 1-0 to Schwarber, swing and a miss. That fastball was right at the knees, and he could have, oh man, he was late on it. Just a little bit late. He was trying to swing for the fences. Count is tied up at 1-1. Here's the pitch. It was inside, then he hooks it foul on a slider at 91. Went down the first base line, but it was a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diaz trying not to waste any time. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And Schwarber's going to call for time to try to calm everybody down. Aaron Nola will take the mound tomorrow for the Phils. And Jose Butto will be for the Mets at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time. The 1-2 to Schwarber, inside for ball 2. Decided to go with a slider there. I was kind of surprised he didn't go with a fastball. Nobody out in the top of the ninth. Runners at first and second. Phillies down by 1. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. And Kyle Schwarber strikes out on a slider, and he shakes his head and walks back to the dugout. Man, that was a huge out. I think he maybe got a piece of it and fouled it into the glove. Good slider thrown by Diaz, and he won the battle, and now it's Garrett Stubs. He's been the MVP of the game so far. Can he come through here with a base hit? The first pitch. It's popped up, hit out over towards shallow right field. McNeil says he has it, and will make the catch for out number 2. And the Phillies are down to their final outs, as Whit Merrifield is supposed to come up to bat. And now Mets Nation is standing up. Tying runs over at second. The go-ahead runs at first. Clemens at first, or at second, and Marsh at first. And here's Whit Merrifield, who is hitless today. First pitch to Whit, way outside for a ball. One ball and no strikes to Merrifield. Base hit could tie the game. The 1-0 pitch, and that's outside, but it's a called strike by Morales. Bohm waits in the on-deck circle for the Fightins as they're looking to try to tie the game. Not even close. It was way off the plate. The 1-1 to Merrifield, and that was in there at the knees, but it's called a ball. Morales has made some controversial calls at the plate, to say the least. The 2-1 pitch to Merrifield, up high and inside for ball 3 on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. And Whit's going to take a very quick step out of the box. Phillies fans standing up and Mets fans standing up as well. The 3-1 to Merrifield. Check swing. Did he go? And they say he did not. And Clemens is going to go over to third. That's going to load the bases. And Carlos is not happy with that. They tried to appeal it. Did he go? I'm trying to see. I think he went. Whit did go. He did. He went. But Bohm is coming up to bat. Philly's got a gift there. Bases loaded. 4-3 New York. The first pitch to Alec. Line drive foul down the right field line. Bohm is 2 for 4 with the bases loaded this season. First base umpire Ryan Addison said that Merrifield didn't go. Merrifield's at first, Marsh is at second, Clemens at third. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Phillies down by 1. The 0-1 to Bohm. Swing and a miss. That four-seamer was just outside at 97, and the Phillies are down to their final strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Mr. Clutch. The 0-2 on the way. Fouled back, and we'll do it again. 160 people on here watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Diaz with 24 pitches in this inning alone. The 0-2 on the way. It hits boom! And we're all knotted up at 4. Bohm got hit in the hand. Clemens comes in to score. Bohm is getting checked out. Hopefully he's okay, but the Phillies have tied the game. He is getting checked out by the trainer. And Rob Thompson goes out there as well. It's 4-4 now on the RBI hit by pitch. And Bohm took one for the team, and Bryce Harper's coming up the bat. That's the second blown save on the season by Diaz. Just got him right on the right hand, and he yelled, ow, as soon as that pitch hit him at 98 miles per hour. Oof. Man. Harper is the 8th man to come up to the plate. What a wild turn of events. So they are going to review this to see if it was a foul ball. And fans are saying it hit Bohm on the hand. And this is going to be a big call here. If the call stands, it's an RBI hit by pitch. Wow. We're ringing the bell for hit by pitches. Let's see if the call stands. Harper is supposed to come on up to bat. Wow. So Bohm does stay in the game. And let's see what the call is. So the call stands, and we're tied at 4 apiece. And Bryce Harper is going to come on up to bat with the bases juiced. He's hit 2 grand slams this season in both of his at-bats. So Bohm's over at first. Harper, the 8th man to come on up to the plate. He struck out to get the second out of the 8th and is looking to redeem himself here. First pitch, swing and a miss. He actually just fouled it off, but regardless, it's an 0-1 count. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Diaz with his second blown save of the season. It's 4-4 in the top of the 9th. Phillies with the bases loaded. The 0-1 to Harper, and it's fouled back. At 98 miles per hour. Marsh is over at third. Merrifield's at second, and Bohm is at first in what has been a wild and chaotic 9th inning. The 0-2 to Harper. Down low and inside for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes to Bryce. Here comes the 1-2, and that's bounced foul as he stays alive. Harper against Edwin Diaz is 2 for 11, and both of his hits have been home runs. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and he strikes him out and will go to the bottom of the 9th. That came in at 97 miles per hour, and the Phillies are hoping to go to extra innings. But they send 8 men up to the plate. Bryson Stott led off the inning with a solo shot. And we had an RBI hit by pitch by Alec Bohm to make it 4-4 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Lindor, Alonso, and Martinez. And you're probably going to have to go to Jeff Hoffman here. If you're Rob Thompson, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button, baby. We go live for every single Phillies and Eagles game and Sixers game as well. 3 pitches, bad at bat. 3 pitches. That was 6 pitches. think it was 6 pitches. It was at least 5. He fouled off at least 1. Yes, Harper is in a slump. That's his 3rd strikeout in a row, though, I will say. Orion Kerkering is going to come in to pitch. Hoffman and Strom, according to Destiny Legardo, are both unavailable for the Phillies, and nothing else added to that. Oh, boy. Wow. This will be interesting. Can Orion give the Phillies some life? If they go to extra innings, Harper will be the ghost runner over at second. 2 more subs so we get to 2260. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, man. Hit that bell icon, and that way you'll know when I go live. Rob makes mistakes in extra innings. Well, first we got to get to extras, Larry. All those trumpets for nothing. All right, so bohm will stay in the game. He got hit by a pitch on the hands to tie the game up at 4 apiece. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Both teams with 4 runs on 8 hits. Christian Pache will come on in for the Phillies to play in the outfield. Here's Orion Kerkering with a 1.69 ERA. And the first pitch to Lindor is in there at the knees for a strike, a slider at 86. Lindor's 0 for 3. He's batting on the left side for the first time tonight. The pitch to Francisco. On the outside corner, another sweeper at 86 miles per hour. And Lindor's going to call for time as he takes his batting helmet off really quickly, wearing his orange Mets batting gloves. By the way, Pache comes in to play center field for Rojas. The 0-2 on the way, and that's fouled off. So Rojas had Kyle Schwarber pinch hit for him, and then Pache comes in as his replacement. The ball's 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, just outside for ball 1. Lindor is now 30 years old. Comes into today 5 for his last 19. The 1-2 on the way, fouled off. Good sweeper thrown, but Lindor just was able to get a piece of it. Only has 27 strikeouts and 154 at-bats. Alonso waits in the on-deck circle, and then it's J.D. Martinez in the hole. The 1-2 pitch, way up high for a ball. Don't want to fall behind in the count here to Lindor. But don't give him anything good to hit either. The 2-2 pitch to Francisco. Line drive caught at second. What a leaping catch by Cody Clemens. Oh, baby. Off the bat, that was at least 105 miles per hour. He just ripped that thing over to second. Clemens came in and made the leaping catch to make the first out recorded in the 9th. How about that? Alonso comes up and takes a strike right down Broadway for strike 1. Forgot to mention that Clemens came in to defensively for Bryson Stott. What a play that was. The 0-1 grounder hit over to shortstop. Stott has it. Throws over to first. It's in time. And there's 2 away. So Sosa actually, they didn't even say this on ESPN. So Sosa comes out. Stott's over at short. And over at second, it's Cody Clemens. Oh, boy. And there's 2 outs now. Here's J.D. Martinez. And he comes on up, and the first pitch is fouled away on a sleeper at 87 miles per hour. Can you believe that Clemens was able to make that catch at second base? Sean Reed Foley is going to pitch the 10th inning if it goes to extras. The 0-1, swing and a miss. The sweeper looks really, really solid by Orion Kerkering today. Martinez is 3 for 3 and has gotten on base all 4 times. had the RBI double in the second, the RBI walk in the third, another double in the fifth, and an infield single in the seventh. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And we play on and go to extras. Harper will be the ghost runner at second. Castellanos will lead things off when the Phillies return. It's 4-4 at Citi Field. Be right back. All right, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We got 158 people on here watching. I love you all so much. Did we get to 100 likes yet? Mod Squad, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Let's get to 2260 subscribers. Let's get to 20. I want us to get to 2300, man. We have 152 people on here watching. We got to 103. Let's go. Good stuff. All right. So Pache and Stubs. And then it's Merrifield and Bohm. Okay. Good stuff. 105. All right, 2 more subs so we get to 2260. And if you guys want to donate to the channel, you're more than welcome to do so. All right, we play on. It's free baseball. Harper will lead off over at second and will be the ghost runner for the Fightins. Sean Reed-Foley is going to be pitching for the Mets. He's pitched in 8 2/3 of an inning, has not allowed an earned run this season. And Casti will try to take a crack at him and give the Phillies the lead if he can. All right, Reed-Foley gets set just below the letters. Harper leads off at second. And the pitch to Castellanos is down low. A fastball at 95, and he takes it for a ball. Casti looking to try to change his narrative today. He's 0 for 4 with a ground out, 2 strikeouts, and a flyout in this ball game. The 1-0 to Castellanos, and that's away. And a good job by Nido to block that out in front of him. He had to scoop it up. It was wide for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. It's popped up. Hit out over behind home plate, and it's going to find the seats as it sails over towards the first base side. Reed-Foley is 28 years old. Over his last 7 days, he has pitched 2 1/3, has allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch to Castellanos. And that's fouled off as well. Phillies were down 4-2 heading into the top of the 9th against Edwin Diaz. And they spoiled his party with the trumpets. Stott homered. And Alec Bohm had a bases-loaded RBI hit by pitch to tie the game. And Reed-Foley tried to throw, or was thinking about throwing it over to second, and Harper got back to the bag. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock. Go ahead run at second, the 2-2 pitch. Down low, and it gets away from the catcher, and Harper goes over to third. So Nido could not block it out in front of him. The count is full. It just went underneath the wickets and got on through, and Harper was able to break free over to third base, and he's 90 feet away from scoring. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch to Castellanos up high for ball 4. And that's going to put runners at the corners with nobody out. And Stubs, who started the magic in the top of the 9th, is coming up to bat. And now, Gabe Morales and the Mets infielders are trying to decide what to do. There was supposed to be a conversation, and Morales signaled something over to the Mets dugout. I don't know what's going on. The umpires are going to get together to talk about something here. I don't know what's going on. But the Phillies have runners at first and third with nobody out in the top of the 10th. Caleb Cotham is making a call over to the bullpen. A phone call over to the bullpen. The Mets scoreboard operator, Mike says, is trying to cheat. This is an Astros-level scandal. Rob Thompson wants to get an explanation. I don't know what's going on with the scoreboard, but something clearly wasn't right. And I think that that's why they stopped play right now. And there's a replay review here of something. What the heck is going on? They're going to go to a replay review. 6 pitches thrown by Reed Foley in this inning. Morales and Addison have the earpieces on for this replay review. I don't know what they're looking for specifically. Phillies and Mets combining forces to play the dumbest game. Summer has already come. Oh, what the heck? That says Matt Gallup. I don't know what the heck is going on. We have runners over at first and third with nobody out in the top of the 10th. So they ruled it as a walk. And now Bryson Stott is coming up to bat. I don't know what that would have been. They're just buying time for the Mets bullpen. It's a scam. I don't understand what just happened. Something was wrong with the scoreboard operator. I can't understand what happened. But here's Bryson Stott up to bat. 2 runners on for the Phils. Nobody out in the top of the 10th inning. And time is called by Nido. Another stoppage in play here. This game is just 3 hours old. Stott is 2 for 4. He had the home run, the solo shot in the 9th. Lindor playing over at second base. And the pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. We have 202 people on here watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and turn on those notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live for a Phillies game. No balls, 1 strike to Stott. The pitch by Foley on the inside corner for strike 2. Painted the plaque. Keeping track of balls and strikes seems like the easiest part of umpiring. So I guess that somebody forgot what the pitch count was, and I guess it was the scoreboard operator, and that's why we had a review. No balls, 2 strikes, and the 0-2 on the way. Bouncer, it's fouled over towards the third base side. Yo Bayo, I don't remember you by that username. What's going on though, man? How you doing? Alvarado's getting loosened up in the Phillies bullpen and will pitch the bottom of the 10th. Harper's at third. He's the ghost runner. Castellanos at first. He got on with a walk. No balls, 2 strikes to Bryson Stott, and the 0-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out to right field. Harper's going to tag. Marte catches it, and Harper's going to score. It's a sac fly, and the Phillies retake the lead 5-4 in the top of the 10th. Another clutch at bat for the kid, Bryson Stott. And the Phillies take the lead for the first time since the second inning. Five, 4 Phillies, 1 out, and a runner over at first. And Cody Clemens is coming up. He singled in the 9th. And scored a run, and also made a terrific catch over at second to rob Francisco Lindor on a base hit. First pitch, swing and a miss. Casty still over at first as he leads off over the bag. The 0-1 to Clemens is fouled away. 22-60 Stubs, let's go! No balls and 2 strikes. Clemens at the plate. 1 out, a runner at first. Phillies have a 5-4 lead. Throwback, not in time, by Reed Foley. Clemens has never faced Reed Foley before in his life. Castellanos is over at first. The only time that he faced Reed Foley struck out before that at bat. The 0-2, and that's up high and outside as well for a ball. The guy that's had a lot of success against him is 3 for 9, and that's Whit Merrifield. 1-2 is the count. Reed Foley dripping with some sweat, and the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, did he go? And the third base umpire says no. Says yes, he did. He certainly did go around, but Brian Knight says that he did, and he most certainly did. It's funny because Whit Merrifield probably should have, and I know that we're not going to talk about it, but Merrifield really did not go, really did go in that 9th inning, and that would have changed a lot of things. He ended up getting a walk. Here's Brandon Marsh, who comes up. The throw is up high. The throw to second base to get Castellanos. Got him. Oh, he gunned him out. Nito gunned him out over at second. I don't know if the Phillies are going to challenge this or not, but if they don't, we're going to go to the bottom of the 10th. It's 5-4 Phillies. We go to the bottom of the 10th, and Castellanos got gunned out at second base. Yeah, something's wrong with our scoreboard, man. It froze. It's Yahoo. It's not just me. I think it's just me. Nope, it still says 4-4. Yahoo's scoreboard is frozen. Sorry about that. All right, we could do ESPN's if you want. I can change that. Thanks for letting me know. All right, we'll change the scoreboard now. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so that way you'll know when I go live. All right, we'll change the scoreboard right now. That's what we'll do. Okay, here you go. Don't forget to like and subscribe. ESPN froze too. Did they just freeze? Yeah, they did. Sorry about that. Yeah. There we go. All right. Well, we'll have to live with this for now. Phillies lead at 5-4 as we go to the bottom of the 10th. And Jose Alvarado's going to come in to try to close the door against the Mets. The ghost runner will be JD Martinez, but DJ Stewart is going to pinch hit or pinch run for JD because Martinez did make the last out. So Stewart will be the pinch runner, and up to bat will be Joey Wendell. All right. Here we go. Bottom of the 10th. Stewart's in scoring position. He's the tying run. Alvarado gets set at the belt, kicks, fires, and it's outside. A cutter at 93 miles per hour. Wendell was a teammate of Jose Alvarado when they were both on the Tampa Bay Rays. What a game this has been. 1 ball, no strikes. Winning run at the plate, tying run at second. The 1-0 pitch. It's popped up. It was a bunt attempt, and Bohm catches it, and there's one away. Bohm came running from third base to home plate, and Wendell did not get a good bunt on it whatsoever. And Alvarado and Bohm had to communicate with each other, and that's how they get the first out. Wendell popped up the bunt. Not a good attempt at all whatsoever. And the Phillies are able to record the first out. Here's Harrison Bader. He comes up to bat. First pitch to Bader, way up high for a ball. Harrison's 1 for 3 today, batting .268 on the season. Stewart at second. The 1-0 on the way. On the inside corner for strike one at 98 miles per hour. Bader had a really good catch out in center field to take away a base hit from Yohan Rojas. And the 1-1, there's a grounder hit over to third base. Bohm looks over at second, throws over to first, and there's the second out of the inning. And it's now left up to Jeff McNeil. Lefty on lefty here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. And Alvarado looking to close the door. Just 1 out away from doing so. Jeff McNeil hitting just .232 on the season and is 0 for 4. Stewart at second. First pitch to McNeil. Fouled away at 99 miles per hour. He's 1 for 8 lifetime against Alvarado. And Alvarado has 7 saves. He's looking for his 8th of the season. His ERA is at 3.78. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled away. That reached triple digits at 100 miles per hour. And the Phillies are 1 strike away from completing the comeback. No balls and 2 strikes to Jeff McNeil. Alvarado looks back at second as he gets set at the belt, delivers from the stretch the 0-2 pitch, and that's fouled off again. The pitch was inside, and McNeil had a defensive swing and looked to just stay alive there. On deck is Tomas Nido. No balls, 2 strikes to McNeil. Alvarado with the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to shallow center field. Stott has it and he'll make the catch. What a play by Stott. And that's the ball game. I thought it was going to bloop in there for a single, but Stott made the catch, and the Phillies come back and beat the Mets in extras. They all laugh as they all crowd Jose Alvarado, and the Phillies able to complete the comeback after the heroics. They were down 4-2 going into the top of the ninth. And Bryson Stott was able to hit a solo shot to make it a one-run game. Bohm had a hit by pitch that would actually be an RBI hit by pitch to tie it up 4-4. And all they needed was a sac fly by Bryson Stott, and that's how they win. So Stott has to be the MVP of tonight's game. Made a nice catch to end the game as well, and the Phillies win 5-4. What a ball game. Phillies win and take the first game against the Mets. They'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Aaron Nola's going to take the hill. What a game, man. What a comeback by this team. And this just puts a big smile on your face. After Cristopher Sanchez pitched today for the Phillies, really had gotten into a couple of jams. The Phillies bullpen executed very, very well and did what they had to do. The defense was great, and Bryson Stott definitely made a positive impact, man. I'm Jason Joseph, man. We're gonna go on for a post-game show tomorrow after tomorrow afternoon's game. Not tonight, but comment your thoughts down below, man. Thoughts on this game. One word to describe it. I was impressed with the comeback. I did not expect them to win this game at all whatsoever. I was shocked that they did it. I really, really was. Alvarado was lights out in that 10th inning, and Rob Thompson managed a heck of a game today. Give Rob Thompson credit. I know that with Merrifield, that play is, that's going to eat the Mets alive. Witt did go around. He did, but we had luck go our way, man. Heart stopping. Phew. I feel, phew, that's the one way to describe the game. I like that. Thanks, JJ. Thanks, man. Great work, JJ. I muted the regular broadcast completely to listen to you. I appreciate that, Den Brew. I really, really do. Great win, man. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I feel Sanchez limited the damage and kept them within scoring distance. He did. Yeah, he got the job done. He wasn't spectacular on the mound. He wasn't terrible on the mound. It could have gotten so much more ugly. But guess what? Bases loaded with nobody out. Gives up a RBI walk. People were screaming, take him out of the game. And guess what? He strikes out the side. And that's not just luck. He did that, man. He did that. To his credit, he executed, got himself out of the jam, and Rob said, let him figure it out, and he did. To his credit, tip your cap to him. He's what you want from a fifth starter. Absolutely. Yep. Thanks, JJ. What a game. Yeah. I can't believe that they won. But I appreciate you all so much for being here. Hit the subscribe button on the way out. We'll be on for tomorrow afternoon's game at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you all there. Love you all. Catch you all in the next one. I think that's it from me. I will say one more thing, actually. Okay, we'll say one more thing. I really thought that from an overall perspective, I know that Bryce Harper's been struggling, but Stott, Sosa, and Marsh were the biggest difference in this lineup today. They were 5 for 9 combined. And really, if you want to be more specific, because Clemens came in to pinch hit, he had the big single too. Don't discredit his at bat, but that worked out as well. He went 1 for 2. So with him, they were 6 for 11. That part of the lineup. So that was big. And Rob Thompson deserves credit for putting in Cody Clemens. Okay, he puts him in to pinch hit for Edmundo Sosa after Bryson Stott comes up, and Clemens gets on with a base hit, a big at-bat in the 9th inning against one of the best closers in the game, and he executed. He really did. He played very well and made a game-saving catch. If he doesn't make that catch, that's a leadoff single in the bottom of the 9th, and that changes everything as well. Sosa also had a very good game as well. Yep, he did. He really did. Feels like the other guys picked up the slack, and if they all get going, they will be scary, for sure. Yep. I'll be in the office, but I will stop by. Sounds good, Denbrew. I appreciate that. Yeah, Sosa played well. Clemens had a really nice catch and had a very good at-bat in that 9th inning. Can't discredit that, man. And Orion Kerkering, I don't want to forget about him. He pitched a great 9th inning, dude. Seriously. He pitched a really, really good 9th inning against that meat of the order. Lindor, Alonso, and Martinez. Of course, he got help from Clemens over at second, and then they slid Stott over to short. Like, Rob Thompson won them this game. He did. Rob Thompson made some really, really good moves. And they won because of him. All right, I'm done. Phillies are now 29-13 on the season. They'll look to get their 30th win tomorrow afternoon. And I will catch you all tomorrow afternoon. Aaron Nola takes the hill. Let's go, Phils. Good job. Comeback victory, baby.